Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show. It's Christmas Eve here, December 23rd, and we're going to look at the market, but we're also going to see what the AST SpaceMobile live launch is going to look like. So I did start a half hour late just so we could catch that thing. It's around 10:30. I thought it was around 9:45, and then I looked at it. It is around 10:26. So I was like, let's push the show back a half hour so we can definitely catch that bad boy live, and we'll put the stream on because now we know how to do that. So we'll take advantage and have fun, watch that all together, and hopefully it goes off without a hitch. It'll be perfect, and then the space community tomorrow can get rocking and rolling again because they've been looking pretty good. So let's go through and see what's going on. And Alvaro, how are you doing? Yeah, let us know exactly what you want to look at, Alvaro. We love it. So you'll see, we'll go through a bunch of them. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, any stocks that you want to look at, feel free to shoot them up there. We'll look at everything. We'll have a little extra time to probably kill while we're waiting for that SpaceMobile thing, AST SpaceMobile, to launch its rocket. So that should be interesting. And let's see, this is what the heat map looked like. Look at that in the video, guys. Who posted that over in the Discord the other day? And bam, look at that thing. Holy cow. I said literally, it's looking good right here, I said. And then it did have a little pullback. I said it at the end of the day, so most people probably couldn't even get it when I said it was right like the last minute or two of the day. And then so it was beautiful pullback, and then look at Nvidia getting cruising there. So that is a beauty right there. And Utah Uties has sent some over, and I'll check the old messages here and see what's going on. I do see that bad boy right there, so let me check it out. Yeah, I'll check out all that good stuff. Nice call right there. AST SpaceMobile, huh? That's a beautiful hit. So yeah, beauty right there. And I'll go through all them as a matter of fact. So yeah, let's check them out and go through everything because we all have plenty of time. Like I said, PCLA, that one did run like 192% right there, Alvaro. So we'll take a look at everything. Let's just get cruising. We'll go through our list. We'll go through the SPY Mag 7 big caps, see what you guys want to see. And then, like I said, try to stretch it out until about 10:30ish, so about 2 hours. We can do that easily. We usually fly right through in like an hour and a half. So if Michael Anthony hops on, we'll stretch it out 2 hours, and then we'll catch the SpaceMobile thing. And I think I still remember how to set it up. It should be all good to go, and we'll have that on. So there you go. And let's get cruising here. ONDS and Alvaro, we're going through a list right here. I posted on X and Stock Twits each night. So if you don't know what we're looking at, or anyone new just tuning in, I handwrite a list. As a matter of fact, each night I literally handwrite a list out. You might not be able to see it that well, but then I take a picture of it and send it out on X and Stock Twits. I was saying last night, I didn't think anybody even looked at it until the one day when I forgot to do it. And I had gotten a bunch of messages, and people were like, yo, can you post that thing out before the show starts? Because I print it out each night, and I go through and make notes on it, and it's a perfect watch list every single day. So there you go. So if you're not sure what we're looking at, or if you want a great watch list, check this thing out because we post it every day, and then we go through them, and then other listeners post up some great stuff in the stream, and we go through everything. So here we go, everybody. Let's take a look at it on Christmas Eve here. ONDS, that was cruising around today. It was up, it was down. You can see it spiked up early, pulled back, tried to run back up at the end of the day right there. It's not looking too bad, to be completely honest with you. It's just in this channel right here. So we'll see. It's trying to get through the MACD, and we'll see exactly what ONDS wants to do there in the morning. And the market's going to be a little weird, I would say. Not weird, but you don't have all the big institutions shorting these ones down as particularly, but any of them right now. So it's kind of like they can run around on their own at this moment while the holidays intact, and they'll see what's going on. Then you also have your tax selling and all that good stuff wrapping up tomorrow. So yeah, we'll see what's going on with the market. Obviously, it's not looking bad. We should have looked at our indices, but yeah, your SPY was up. It's just pulled back a little bit. It is hitting this trend line right there on the resistance on stock or on FinViz right here. And you can see at like 688, it was hitting it. I said it this morning that it had resistance right there. It went right to it, but it is looking strong. Your Qs are looking pretty good too. And you have a resistance up here like 627, so it could easily get ripping right up to that. And your IWM right here is down a little bit. And again, I think you're seeing a little bit of shift with the rotation of money getting popped into the big caps, Mag 7 and them guys. So obviously we'll be taking a look at them. But look at the video right there, as we already said, and I had pointed that out the other day. And it did pop up there. So that was a beauty. Open door right here, pulling back a little bit. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. But I do think you see a little more pullback. And I did say, make sure you just let that one go, the open door right there. So we'll let that door stay open while it sets up. Could be a little while right now. QMCO, it's a quantum one. It was pulling back a little bit, but let's look at the rest of these guys. I thought RGTI was going to cruise today in IONQ, and they had that Pac-Man look. They looked like they wanted to continue yesterday, but they did pull back. I don't think they're bad, though. I think that's a little healthy pullback. I think that's a great opportunity right there. And you could even get them bouncing right back up tomorrow, as a matter of fact. QUBT right here, that one did the same thing, pull back. And then your D-Wave right here, QBTS, is D-Wave Quantum, and that also pulled back. But again, I don't think they look bad necessarily. I think they just look like they had some healthy pullback. QSI just been hanging out down there. We'll be watching that one because it's way down there. It could get moving. And IONQ right here, like I said, has a Pac-Man look. I thought it was going to get cruising today. I think tomorrow it actually could with no problem. And tomorrow, don't forget, the market closes at 1 o'clock. It's Christmas Eve, so the market wraps up a little bit early tomorrow. And RCAT right here, not looking too bad after it ran up yesterday and still moving around. And of course, our favorite one to watch right here is good old Z Space. And this thing is crazy. I'm telling you, what a wild one to just continue. That's in the exact opposite trend that you want to ever see your stock in. Let's put it that way, especially if you bought it up here. You were like, I got it at the top and it's never going back. Holy cow. And this is what this has done. And this thing opened, what, December 5th, because we were looking at it last year. I've been watching it for over a year now. And it literally has just gone down every single day, every month. It just basically has a little spike up every once in a while, but nothing crazy. It's an interesting one right there. Z-Space Computer Hardware. We'll see if it ever gets running, that's for sure. And there you go with your computer hardware and their quantum ones. So let's keep an eye on some of them. And like I said, they could easily bounce right back up tomorrow. They don't look too bad with the pullback. UNH, United Healthcare right here. That looks like it's getting set up, guys. I'd be keeping an eye on that. Look at it crossing down. You could have one of them quick curl ups right here on this UNH. Look at it. It's been dipping down, and you could have it curl up or pull up real easily right there and get rolling. So definitely keep an eye on that. UNH Oscar right here looks quite interesting, like it's trying to set up. And again, how much will they really run tomorrow? Half a day. I think the space sector might be one to keep an eye on. That's why we're going to be watching this AST SpaceMobile live launch, not only to see if everything goes off smoothly. I think the space sector will continue to cruise. They look like they want to. We'll go through them real quick. But yeah, we might as well take a look and see what that spaceship's going to do anyway. AST SpaceMobile. And here's the company right here, as a matter of fact, ASTS. And it was moving today. It was down. It says right there. Let's see. It pulled back. Well, it ran up at the beginning of the day, had a little dip, and it was running around like almost the entire day. It looks like it might have pulled back like the very last second. Look at that curl up, guys. I mean, holy cow. You want to talk about a setup right there. That's a setup to get rocking and rolling right there. That's for damn sure. I can tell you that. Look at that thing. Actually, let's just go through them right now, because look at these things right now. ASTS SpaceMobile, they're having the big thing right there. Today at 11:50, it says ISRO has AST SpaceMobile's Bluebird 6 launch scheduled for December 24th at 10:24 p.m. Eastern, setting up a key catalyst for the stock tomorrow. So I would say that's pretty interesting, but I would say it's setting it up for the entire space industry, to be completely honest with you. And we'll just run around real quick. Rocket Lab right here was kind of next anyway after ASTS. Look at that bad boy. Not looking bad. They did kind of pull back a little bit today because yesterday they were way up there. So they did pull back. Rocket Lab jumped up early this morning and continued its way up, and then look at it. So it was down because it dipped down in the what the heck was that? I don't even know what that was, but they dipped down because they were I have no there it goes. Because they were up yesterday so much. See how they closed up, and then in the pre-market or after hours yesterday, they came down and finished up down there. So it was basing it off up here or down. I don't even know what the hell it was. It was basing it off of up there. That's for sure. So there you go. That's why. But they were cruising around today and looking pretty good. And then look at this lunar right here. This thing was down for a while. It ran up this morning, came down, then ran right up at the end of the day. And look at that thing. That thing wants to go lunar again. Look at that setup right there, guys. I mean, look at them candles right there. And it stayed in the top. It's a matter. This thing goes off without a hitch. You're gonna want to probably jump right back in these tomorrow because they'll be rip and fly. A little bit of pullback right there, and that looks like it wants to get flying as well. If everything goes off smooth, not looking bad. Your 20 and 50 meeting up still has a pretty decent look right there. So there you go. And how about red wire as well? That one was, look at that. That looks pretty similar to what was that fly right there? Check it out with the 20-50 meeting up. Look at the positioning right there. Very similar charts for red wire and fly. And let's see what's going to go on with these. So yeah, I have a feeling tomorrow the space sector could get ripping if everything goes off pretty well with AST SpaceMobile and their live launch, and we'll be watching that live as a matter of fact. But here, let's go back up and see what ABTC was doing. It was running the other day. It did pull back here. It had curled up, and then you have some pullback. That is your Trump company right there. It did run up for a little bit, but you got to be careful with that one. Although DJT went crazy the other day. Check this thing out. It was spiking up a little bit this morning as well. Check it out right there, DJT. It did pull back at one, then tried to go back up there. But yeah, that was a good spiker there early as well. And let's look at the rest of these Trump companies right here, like Pew, Grab a Gun. That was just flat today. It's still in the basement hanging out. NCPL, whoop, I don't think I put that in right. NCPL right there wasn't looking too bad, but it dipped down today. I know I looked at that one because it didn't look too bad yesterday until it dipped down today, and now it doesn't look so great. So obviously we'll be watching that. And then your PSQH right here is trying to get moving. We'll have to keep an eye on this and see if it actually does get set up. I'm not sure if it exactly will. Has resistance right there, trying to curl up, still has to get cruising and really curling up there. So we'll be watching that one as well. And that's your PSQH and your Trump crypto companies right there. And let's look at our treasuries, our crypto treasury BMNR down a little bit more. Look at that 29.55 right there. And Lunar just needs to actually stick a landing. You're not kidding right there. It does look pretty good though, I must say. Look at that thing. Holy cow. Doesn't that look crazy right there? Your minute chart running around right there. Look at all these charts. Your 3 minute, your 5 minutes still up there. And they could get really cruising. Like I said, if this AST thing goes pretty well, I would have to imagine that these things are going to run. Lunar Initiative Machines has implemented software and hardware upgrades, including the addition of redundant sensors and modifications to the lander legs for subsequent missions to prevent tipping over. The failures of the IM-1 and IM-2 missions were attributed to navigation sensor issues and challenging terrain, lightning conditions. So Lunar's determined to fix the problem and never have a repeat of their two failed landings. So that's interesting right there, laptop travel. So yeah, I don't even remember what the hell they did. I think I kind of remember, but not really. But anyway, that is your Lunar right there, and that's some of your space ones. And again, we're going to be watching the ASTS space, the live launch right here when it happens at about 10:24 tonight. So we'll be keeping an eye on the clock for that one and kind of just killing a little bit of time. But we'll go through the show. It usually takes an hour and a half anyway, so we should be right around there. And then we'll go through everything and look at Utah Udi's posted a couple, and everybody else will post a bunch, and we'll go through all them guys. And Alvaro, if you want to post a couple stock tickers, if you're looking at anything in particular, go ahead and throw them up there. There's a few from Luis Rodriguez and everybody else. And like I said, we'll go through our list and see what's going on for Christmas Eve and even going forward towards the end of the year. So Here we go. We don't really have to fly through. We've been getting done kind of early each night just because of the holidays. But tonight we'll hang out a little bit and actually take a look and see what this spaceship thing's going to do. I think it's going to be interesting. So we'll definitely pop it on. And now we know how too, so we'll do a little test run right before, but it should be a piece of cake. I just got to stop the stream and add the other one on, so it should be very easy to do. And let's see what else is going on. Lunar has tentatively scheduled its next mission, IM3, to launch in the second half of 2026. So, laptop travel saying a goodbye here. I would say it's a goodbye if this thing gets cruising right tomorrow. Holy cow, look at that thing. I mean, if that thing goes off tonight, well, I think the whole space sector runs up. This thing's going to go right up into the top and go cruising tomorrow. That's what it looks like to me, anyway. So we'll be watching this thing to see what goes on. That's for sure. And that is your lunar. Yeah, look at that look right there. It's pretty wild. I'm not going to lie. And let's continue to go through and see what's going on. We looked at BMNR. Let's look at it again. I forget what it was. I know it was down today, but it does look like it's pulling back. We'll go through our crypto and see what that looks like in a few moments here. But here you go with BMNR, and it is pulling back. It has that trend line, and it's just kind of hanging out on there, and it's hitting the MACD and just kind of keeping itself steady. So we'll have to see tomorrow if it wants to come through and go down. UPXI is your Solana one right there, which I forgot SBET. Let me put that on there next. But at UPXI, your Solana one, that one's dipping down a little bit more. So we'll be watching that one to try to get set up again. And then, of course, if I type in SBET, and that is right here, SharpLink Gaming, and another Ethereum one pulling back right there. So obviously, these are run off of crypto and obviously Ethereum for these. UPXI is a Solana one, but clearly crypto dictates it, and Bitcoin's the main one, which kind of dictates everything right now. So we'll look at that in 1 second. Take a look at ORBS. I know that was down 10% today. Wow, that's a big pullback. And that FGNX was down just a little bit more today. Nothing real crazy. It had been running up there. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight days, two pullback days, and maybe a run up tomorrow. Keep an eye on that one to try to bounce back up. For that FGNX, we're familiar with that. And Galaxy right here, just barely down, hanging out. And another one. This is a capital market one that runs generally with Bitcoin, but we'll be keeping an eye on it. I don't know if it has anything to do with space. It's just called Galaxy, so I have no idea, but I just know it runs with Bitcoin. And again, we'll take a look at crypto and see what it's doing in a minute. And here is that ASTS, and we've been looking at it, talking about it tonight because we're going to watch it. So there you go. And the chart does look good. And like I said, Rocket Lab looking pretty decent today. And they have that crazy look. They can go either way depending on how the space thing goes off. Kodak, look at that good look right there. That's pretty wild. Laptop travel, and Trump's been laser focused on the moon almost as much as enriching his family. Banned wind farms. That's criminal. I know. I saw that he banned wind farms. Didn't he say that they were like a threat to national security or something like that? That's pretty wild. So I mean, I don't agree with any of them ones that are like that they're doing in the ocean and stuff. They don't seem to be doing anything well, except for like killing whales and things like that around here. But I mean, if someone wants to put a wind farm in their like a wind thing in their farm in the middle of like the country, go ahead and do it. They're ugly as sin, though, I have to say. When you drive to Niagara Falls, I've never really even seen them things before, but when you drive up to Niagara Falls, when we did that this year, we did see some of them things, and they're huge. I mean, I'm like, who the hell is building them things? You obviously need a crane, but yeah, they were on top of these mountains, like almost. It was crazy. And yeah, I guess there was these farms, you could see them. So I guess they were powering these farms. But anyway, I mean, whatever, in the middle of the country. I bet they kill a bunch of birds. I can imagine they're just slaughtering things through there. I mean, them things are just spinning around. They look like these huge blades that'll just cut through everything. Obviously, they do. And they're giant. I never realized how big they were, but they are massive. So yeah, but he did kind of ban them, which is kind of crazy. Like I said, if people, I just don't agree with the ones that they do in the ocean and stuff or near the ocean. Then things don't seem to be doing anything good. And I live near the Jersey Shore, so I did know all them. What was it, the whales or the dolphins? Somebody were there was a bunch of animals just like washing up on the beaches dead. It was crazy. And then they stopped doing that thing, them turbine things, and then the animals stopped washing up. So I would say it was kind of correlated because they started happening when that thing got like really moving, and then it kind of stopped as they banned it. So yeah, it's kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie. Unethical laptop travel said, but yeah, there you go with wind tunnels or wind not wind tunnels, wind mills, whatever the heck they're called. So yeah, it's an interesting one right there. And here we go. Keep on cruising right through. We looked at ASTS Kodak right there. Looking really good. This that's not I know it's not. That's why I'm saying it's definitely not national security. It's I just didn't agree with the ones in the ocean just because they were killing animals, but definitely not national security. And like I said, if somebody wants to have one on their farm, I don't see how that could bother anybody. I mean, no planes are running into them or anything. They might kill a couple birds. That's about it. But I can't see them being that bad. So, yeah, so I was saying it's kind of wild that he banned it for national security reason. It's kind of crazy to be honest with you. But hey, that's the world we live in, don't we? So here we go with UMAC because that was looking good. Good old UMAC right here. Unusual machines. And there you go, up 10%, looking pretty good. This has been on the list, looking nice right there. And nuclear was down a little bit. And it looks like nuclear is pulling back right now. And here we go at our Sinez Tech Ross. And I'm telling you, that thing's getting to be in a good spot. I think after Christmas it is. But look at that curl up right there. It's looking really good, as a matter of fact. And I know which other one's looking real good. It's down on the list a little further, but we're jumping all over the place. This IMRX, guys, we've been talking about it, and we talk about it in the Discord, and they have some kind of medication for prostate cancer, and it apparently is doing really well. And I would say the chart looks really well too. So we were talking about this popping up the other day, and there you go. So IMRX right there, definitely another good one to keep an eye on, along with Sinez Tech. They're two that we talk about in the Discord. And again, if you're interested in the Discord, I'm telling you, 2026 is going to be wild. Our public account's been over $1 million made this year. Ben shows it every single morning, so you can look at it. It's up over like 700 and some percent. It's pretty wild, guys. And it's all transparent. That's why I don't really show mine, because I am in the story trading along with laptop travel. So Ben wants to obviously market that, and clearly for a good reason. He made over $1 million this year, so I'd say it's pretty good. And yeah, we destroy it in there, guys. I mean, our calls are crazy. Everything going on in there's money in the bank all the time. We do the morning notes. Me and Laptop Travel. Ben does the morning note. I do the night note. Laptop Travel does the note. 4 a.m. Warriors, and then you get every morning. Rhett post out right around like 9:28, 9:29, because Ben and I are on doing live trading and figuring out the market early, and we post out the number one picks with actual price to targets there, so you get that as well. 4 a.m. Warriors had a 600% runner last week, so yeah, that was nice. And yeah, it's been pretty wild. And like I said, we have the price targets, so not only do you get the top pick, you get some price targets with that, and then you get a bunch of live trading. Ben and I are in there a lot. And if you are interested in the VIP lounge, I mean, you don't necessarily need it. Trust me, you get everything without it. In the VIP lounge, you'll see Ben's in there most of the day chatting away with everybody that's in the VIP lounge, and everybody they tend to trade. That's like hardcore traders. They're trading all day in there. Let's put it that way. So that's what's going on. I know Ross is in there. Some other people are in the VIP one. And like I said, it's not a necessity. Let's put it that way. I tell everybody, actually, sign up for the other, like the monthly regular one first. You can always upgrade it if you feel the need to, but it's not a necessity to have the VIP. It's obviously priced a little bit more for a reason. So yeah, definitely check it out. Check out a month. It's what, 20% off reoccurring, which is really nice right there. So that's a nice discount. And it's New Year. So that's the promo code. So definitely, if you have any questions with Discord, on the Discord, let me know and you get access to me, Laptop Travel, Godfather, Ben, Rhett's in there. I'm telling you guys, we destroy it. A lot of the listeners or the subscribers are really good too, like Yosef and he was on in the live stream today in the afternoon. Was that this afternoon? No, that was this morning, I think. Before, yeah, I think that was this morning, actually. I don't even remember. I took the kids to go get pictures with Santa today, so that was interesting. At the mall was a good time. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, we had fun over there. So yeah, I hopped off a little bit early this morning. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Yosef was on this morning. But yeah, some great traders in there, some great ideas. People watching the news feed nonstop. I mean, it's awesome in there. So that's the Discord again. Any questions? You ever have a question about anything? Be sure to reach out to me. Shoot me a DM at any time on X. I do respond to everybody on X. Don't shoot me a DM on Discord. And if you do sign up for the Discord, do not answer any messages. Nobody's sending you a message on there. I promise you, it's all spam. I try to remember to tell everybody that when they're signing up. So be sure not to respond to anybody in the Discord in the DMs because we don't use that. And I tell you, if you have a question or you think anything's happening, shoot me a DM on X. You know I'm going to respond, and I'll tell you if it's real. But chances are in the Discord, just the DMs, because obviously everybody has access to you in Discord. They can shoot you a DM. There's probably like 10 different rets that hit you up on the daily. It's kind of crazy and they all want to get you for copy trading and all this crazy stuff. I told you all the story at the beginning. I thought Rhett was hitting me up on there, so I shot him a text because it seemed pretty legit to me. And I'm like, well, I don't know why he didn't just text me. And this is when I first started talking to them. And I'm like, well, maybe he hit me up on here. I have no idea, but let me just shoot him a text just to double check here and make sure. And I texted him and he was like, no way, dude. I'm definitely not texting you on there, DMing you. He's like, if I need you, I'll text you on here on the phone. I said, I figured that, but seemed kind of weird. But I mean, the person seemed really legit. I mean, it was kind of crazy. So, like I said, Discord and that's any of the Discord channels, anywhere that you're in there, just don't respond to any Discord DMs. It's all like nonsense and crazy spam stuff. But in our Discord server, that's great. And so yeah, you just don't answer anything on the DM side and you're fine. And like I said, if you ever have questions about anything related to the markets or whatever, you know I'm going to steer you in the right direction. You just hit me up on X, shoot me a DM, and I will respond, I'm sure within 24 hours, but probably a lot sooner than that. Everybody knows I talk to a ton of you all the time on the daily, so you guys know I respond to everybody in a pretty timely matter. So anyway, let's get back to it. So yes, the Tech and IMRX looking really good right there. We talk about them. Let's keep on cruising along right here. And we'll take our time since it's only 9 o'clock and we have until 10:30. But you know we can kill an hour and a half, especially if Michael Anthony hops on here. We'll definitely kill an hour and a half. You want to hear something hilarious, guys? I'll tell you something really funny since we have plenty of time. My kid, my little guy, Dougie, and I know I always try to like say goodbye and then just wrap it up, but for whatever reason, there's always like messages come in and I notice something else or I remember something because you know my brain doesn't work right. So it seems like I say goodbye like 5 minutes. It's like crazy. I say it like 5 times. Well, Dougie yesterday, was it today or yesterday? I don't even remember. It might have been yesterday. Because my wife was like, "Can you just like say goodbye and get off?" And I'm like, well, people ask me. I'm like, I'll just like start messaging stuff as I'm hopping off. So I'll be like, shit, I'll look at this one, and then I'll say goodbye again. And Dougie goes, "Yeah, Dad, I hear you. You're like goodbye, blah 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 blah, goodbye, blah 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 blah, goodbye, blah blah blah." And me and my wife were just cracking up. We were laughing so hard. It was so funny. So yeah, I got to try to say goodbye and actually hop off. So that's my New Year's resolution right there. I'm going to try to end the show when I'm supposed to say goodbye and not do it like 5 times. I do it in the morning a lot too because there's always so much going on and I just see everything, and I'm like, "Oh, I got to talk about this," and I've already said bye 5 times. So, yeah, funny stuff. But it was hilarious when my 5-year-old said that to me. We were dying. Like we had tears like rolling down our face. We were laughing so hard. So yeah, it was definitely fun stuff. And so yeah, there you go. And let's see what else is going on right here. We'll keep on cruising right through. Rhett may hop on this evening, and laptop travel if you want. I put the oh shit, I gotta figure out, hold on, I would have to change that. I didn't even think about that. I do have one set up for 3, I think. I don't even know. I think Rhett might hop on though. I put the link in there, and he wants to hang out for the SpaceMobile launch, of course. So we're so yeah. If he hops on, he'll just be hanging out with us this evening, and we'll talk to Rhett as well. But yeah, my little guy busting my chops about trying to sign off and say goodbye a couple times. So I'll have to work on that. How's that? But funny stuff, was it not? That I was definitely cracking up right there. And let's keep on cruising right through. The little ones are so cute. I'll tell you how they see it or hear it. You're not kidding, Dash Mama 9. He's brutally honest. I'm not gonna lie about that. And he's pretty bright, and yeah, he's something else. I'm not gonna He is definitely something else for sure. And so yeah, it's funny stuff when he says stuff like that, and you're just like, what? Like, he's like blah 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 blah. Yeah, it was great. It was really really funny. And so yeah, good stuff right there. And but yeah, let's keep on cruising through. And like I said, we still have about an hour and a half left to our space countdown, I guess, at 10:26. I hopefully it goes off on time, or even earlier would be kind of cool. But yeah, we'll stay on and watch that together. It'll be a lot of fun. And guys, we were talking about, I'll tell you a great story right here. Are you showing rockets launches? We are going to show that, Tom Fisher, when it comes time. So we're just going through the market now. We still have like an hour, a good hour and 15 minutes. We'll put it on like in an hour and 15 minutes. I have the stream already set up and ready to rock and roll. And yeah, we'll be watching the rocket go off, the AST SpaceMobile, the live launch. So we'll definitely be checking that out. So I'll put the feed on. But for now, we're just going through the market, checking out what's going on, and chatting about all that good stuff. So I was going to say something I forgot, Tom, but it's all good. I'll remember. Let's keep on cruising through, and we'll look at what's going on. So yeah, we'll definitely be watching the space rocket get cruising there. And like I was saying earlier, um, if that thing goes smooth, I would assume that the space industry is going to look pretty good tomorrow. I mean, look at Lunar. That's not even the one going to fly tonight. And it looks like it's going to take off. It's in the top. It's been running up. But here is ASTS. And that has a very similar look, like it wants to go cruising. So I would assume that everything goes off well. The space sector will go flying right there. And again, we'll keep an eye on that and watch it. So that'll be a lot of fun. And we'll see what's going on with that one. That's for sure. So let's keep on cruising through. I was going to say something. I totally forgot what I was saying. But anyway, I was talking about my little guy busting my chops too. So yeah, give you a little bit of everything on the show. But here we go. Where the heck were we anyway? Hertz. Yeah, Hertz. Sinez Tech. We were looking at that. I jumped out a lot. We will no laptop travel. I will keep this broadcast on, and then I'll just hop on to the I'll just hop on with the live feed like we did the other day when we had what did we even figure out? What the heck did we have on? Oh yeah, I remember. Didn't we have them that panel on with Pal? That's what we had. How can I forget that? That was amazing. So yeah, I'll basically do that. I'll put the thing on there like I did the other night with Pal and his four and that gang with Condoleezza Rice and whoever them other 2 people were. We had a good time with that. And I'll just throw the feed up like that. And yeah, I just have to stop the share thing on this one and then just do it in the other one. Just put another screen up. It's not too hard. And yeah, no, that's for this broadcast right here, laptop travel. So yeah, if you want to hop on later, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, that link is for this broadcast right here, laptop travel. So yeah, if you want to hop on in a little bit when the satellite thing's going off, the space rocket, feel free. It's not a problem. And we'll hang out and watch that thing. I'll just have to reset up the thing. I should have thought of it to put it down. I could probably do it while we're on here. I think I do. I have that one down here already. So yeah, I could do it easily. I already have it set up like that. So piece of cake, not a problem. I already have it on there. So if you came on, it would probably just let you right in there. So there you go. But yeah, if you want to hop on a little bit, feel free, and I'll keep an eye on it. And like I said, Rhett's probably going to hop on in a little bit as well, he said. So we'll have a little bit of fun together and watch this space rocket thing. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I looked over and remembered there. And so yeah. Yeah, it's yep, it's to join in the studio. You got it right on this feed right here. So yeah, it should be fine. If not, I'll look and see if I didn't send the right feed. Yep, you got. Yeah, I thought you. So yeah. Anyway, in the Discord today, we were talking about this one here. We got plenty of time, and Ben, I didn't even type it in right. AVAV. Oh my gosh, hold on. Give me a second, guys. AVAV. Remember this Arrow environment right here, and so yeah, Ben was talking about this, obviously running up today, looking pretty good. And they were talking about it. And I said, yo, Ben, I'll never forget this stock ticker ever. And I'll tell you the reason why. So I was telling Rhett and Ben and everybody in the Discord about what happened with AVAV. And I did post it today in the old in the X accounts on X. So I posted it out. So if you guys want to listen to it, it's real quick. It's like a minute long or so, and I think like a minute or two long. We played it. They played it on the in the Discord today when we were on there in the live trading in the afternoon. And Ben had never heard it, and Rhett never heard it before. And it's exactly when I talk about the Trump assassination. I don't know how to even do that right now, or I'd play it for it. How the heck did Ben even do that? I'm not even sure how to do that, guys, or I'd put it on there. And but anyway, yeah, I have to figure that out. I know how to do the other feed. I guess it's the same way, but it's easier if I had it set up. Who cares? I'll play it for you. Maybe I'll figure it out in a little bit. And or right before when we end this one, before we do the like spaceship, maybe I'll put it on there. But I said it was 7/9. It was on July 9th, so it was 4 days before the Trump assassination attempt. And most of you listeners know exactly what I said, but I was telling them AVAV, the aerospace and defense was setting up. I had been saying it for like a week and maybe even longer. I'm like, wow, man, these things are really getting set up. So we'd go through the aerospace and defense because you could just go like this, and I would just pop through a couple of them and you know, open them up. And we'd always look at AVAV. The thing was cruising up at the time. It was like running up big time. I could probably go back and tell you exactly where it was. But anyway, that was and I'd go through all 3 pages and pick a bunch of them out there, and we'd go through the aerospace and defense and look at it. So these things are getting set up, and I'm talking about it on here, and I'm saying, man, these things are crazy right now, AVAV. And so if you listen to the thing, the what I had said, oh, where did that just go? There's Rhett. Hold on. There's Rhett. There's
What's
Rhett.
happening, guys?
How are you, Rhett? We're just hanging out.
Doing good, Dougie.
AVAV story that I was telling you guys today, just kind of
wild
BSing right now, talking about some just killing some time because obviously we have until 10:30, 10:26 or so, and Laptop Travel may join us as well. So yeah,
I'm excited, guys. The countdown begins.
Yeah, right. And it's what 9:08 right now. So yeah, we'll hang out. I'll go. I have my whole list to go through. So just hang out. If you have anything to add, feel free, Rhett. You're on.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so I'm talking about the AVAV. So yeah, you can chime in about this because I was just telling you, and Rhett listened to it for the very first time today, as a matter of fact. So yeah, I was we're going through aerospace and defense, and I'm looking at these things and I'm saying, wow, man, this is not right. And a month before this all had happened, guys, the banking system, I remember, had gotten set up and it looked crazy. I mean, it absolutely looked bonkers, and we were talking about it. And then all of a sudden it just like fizzled out like nothing you'd ever seen before. And I thought it was very odd. And I remember mentioning it, saying, wow, that was kind of weird. The banking system was like really set up to run. And then it just like died, and it doesn't do that ever. I've never seen that happen. Something really weird's going on, and then aerospace and defense got really, really crazy, and I knew something was happening. You could see the money, and I talked about it. There was no denying it. You guys know Laptop Travel, Luis Rodriguez, everybody else listens all the time. I had been talking about it for a week. So 4 days before this event goes down, this is on July 9th. So 4 days later is when the assassination attempt happened. And I talked about it every single day, but it was real clear in this clip. So I had clipped this one. And yeah, I just started talking about AVAV and how things are getting set up. And then I started saying, because I had been saying it there for a week, I'm like, man, this is really weird. I would say we're like something's going to happen in this country, and we should probably be worried. So in this clip, I'm saying, whenever you see something like this, aerospace and defense, it's setting up for a reason. Generally, it's setting up because something's going to be happening in this country. We're getting attacked or something. And I literally say exactly that. And at the end of the clip, Brett, I say that thing can set up and it can happen like 1-2 months away, or it can just happen right away. And 4 days later, the assassination attempt happened. But I'll go back to the banking system. And I've explained it before on the show, so a lot of you know this, what I've said anyway, and I can't prove anything clearly. Nobody will ever know. But my theory, and clearly I called the assassination attempt, I think, as close as you could possibly say it, I think better than anybody on the globe. I don't think anybody stated the fact that our country was going to get attacked like that quickly, and I clearly said it. And I was saying, I'm starting to worry this, and I'm telling you, I was like walking outside. I remember telling you guys, like, I'm like looking around, like, what the hell is going on? Like, these charts don't set up like this all the time, and when they do, you need to be worried about it. And I said all this on the for like a week there, but you can hear it. So yeah, I had mentioned all that, and 4 days later, I'm at a barbecue because it's in the middle of July, and my buddy, one of my business partners, his mom was literally watching the Fox feed, and saw the actual assassination tab live, and he had hit me up, and my buddy called me right away and told me, because he had listened to what I was saying, and he was like, dude, yo, they just shot Trump. And I was like, what? And he's like, I swear to God, dude, my mom just saw it. She just hit me up. She's like, they just shot Trump. I don't know what's wrong, if he's all right. I have no idea. But the shit you were saying the last couple of days is absolutely bonkers. Like, that's crazy, dude. You were just talking about something's about to happen. And then it took about 20-25 minutes for it to actually hit social media, which was kind of bizarre, because I remember being at the barbecue. And as a matter of fact, the person's house that I was at, I'm going to tomorrow for Christmas Eve, as a matter of fact, a relative.
Let's hope nothing crazy happens then, Dougie.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, yeah, I'm going to their house tomorrow. As a matter of fact, we go all the time for Christmas Eve, and we always go in July for a barbecue as well. So yeah, kind of interesting. But so yeah, I remember I said it at the party. I'm like, yo, Trump just got shot, and everyone's just looking at me, going on their social media. There's no news about it, and they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, yo, I know my business. I've been a business partner with this guy for over 20 years, so I know if Timmy tells me this just happened, it definitely just happened. I was like, I don't know, I don't have the news, but I'm telling you, it happened. If he didn't just text me and just tell me this stuff, and then call me and tell me that his mom just witnessed it, if it didn't if it's nonsense, it definitely went down. And then yeah, like 20 minutes later, it was all over the social media, and like people were like, dude, how the hell did you know it? And I'm like, well, my buddy's mom was watching it live. She saw it happen, and I was literally saying for like a week that the country was going to be attacked. And that makes sense, because this is what it looked like to me. And yeah, I played that clip for other people, and it's crazy. So if you never heard it, I tweeted it out today. You guys can listen to it, but Rhett listened to it for the first time. Rhett and Ben, they were kind of taken back, weren't you?
Yeah, I didn't expect you to go that much in depth. I was like, oh, maybe touch it a little bit, but no, like you were spot on. It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it was pretty wild right there. And then like I said, I called the the election, but not only did I call the popular vote, it was so accurate, it was ridiculous, and that's on video too, because that morning it was 75-25 Harris to Trump. And I literally came on that morning and said, that chart's not right. And this is off the poly market. I was like, that's jumping off a cliff. This one's going 100%, and that's a wrap. And that's exactly 100. Trump won 100%. It was pretty wild. And yeah, Red, I predicted your engagement too. And Luis Rodriguez can speak of that because he got in the car on Saturday. And as soon as he got in, I said, yo, I'm pretty sure Rhett's got engaged or is getting engaged. That's why he's in New York. I said, I don't know anything. Ben didn't say anything. Nobody told me anything. It's just the instincts, just like the feeling that I have. And it's only because Ben had just said one thing, nothing alluding to it, but he just said one thing that you weren't exactly coming for, like, you were meeting up. But he said to me, he's like, the only reason why you weren't coming was for business. So I was like, that's weird, but I bet he's getting engaged. And I just I said it to Luis Rodriguez. And when you guys announced it there at the restaurant at the thing, Luis looked at me like, dude, his face was so funny. He was like, he walked over, he's like, dude, how the fuck did you know that? He's like, that is so crazy. I was like, I don't know. Remember I said that to you? I was like, because Lewis's face was so funny. I looked at him, I was like, yeah, I kind of figured. So yeah, look at me calling even your engagement.
AMD, like, you're like, something's about to happen with AMD. I'm like, I don't understand what you're seeing. I saw nothing. And you're like, oh yeah, it's gonna pop. Some news is gonna happen. Then you had that huge news. It's up 40%. I'm like, how do you even like predict or see anything like that? That was wild. Then the call options you guys were in were up like thousands of percent. That was just unbelievable.
They were massive. Yeah, they were beauties. And like I said, these charts just speak to me. But the whole aerospace and defense thing, that might have been one of the craziest things right there. And like I was saying earlier, and a lot of you guys know, and or Cavino and Rich listeners, obviously, a lot of my listeners are big fans of CNR. That's how you guys know about me, through them. So yeah, you guys know I've hang out with or talked to Rich for many years, and would trade with him and everything during COVID. And yeah, I'm telling you, Rich, I would always tell them stuff that was going on, and he would be constantly like, dude, you need to do this stuff. Like, it's kind of crazy. So yeah, I've been doing it for a really long time. And then my buddy Timmy, like I said, for a good decade, I was been telling him stuff, and my other buddy Drew that owns this huge demolition company. We're on like a group chat, and I would just tell him like everything going on all the time, and like just give them like news before it ever happened. And they'd be like, dude, how the hell do you know this stuff? And I'm like, I'm telling you, dude, the charts just kind of tell you everything going on. And I don't know. I guess I do look at like everything now, but I guess I focus more. And nothing, like I said, that kind of stuff jumps out at me, to be honest. Like, I knew something was happening just by going through a couple charts and knowing that something was going to happen. It doesn't always set up like that. How often, guys, in a year and a half that I've been doing the show or so, had I ever said that, the charts we were going to go to war or something? I mean, I don't say these things unless they're going to happen. It's kind of bizarre. So it's not like I just make the things up. And that's what I was saying. There's nobody that could ever argue with me about that assassination attempt, because if you listened up to a week, like what I was saying that week leading up to it, and then like I said, I'll go to the banking system too. But that week leading up, there's no arguing. I mean, how do you even deny what I was saying? And again, the money was already moving around. I could see it happening before my eyes. And that I say all the time, that I always question, like how the money always knew what was going to happen ahead of time. It's always been a question in the back of my head, because I've looked at these charts for 25 plus years. And that event, I tell you guys, was the deal that sealed the deal for me to say, all right, 100%. People know what's going on. They knew about 9/11 with the puts. They had the puts on DJT that day. People know what's going on, like we were talking earlier, like a BlackRock, somebody knows, an institution, somebody has an in that has some kind of money that's making these things happen, because they're obviously profiting off of these events. And these are major events that are major profiting events too. Like, I mean, you call the airlines, you put the puts on them at 9/11, you're going to make a fortune. If that assassination attempt goes through and you have puts on DJT, you're going to make a freaking fortune right there. You know what I mean? It's like kind of crazy. Who the hell's ever shorting DJT at that moment when this guy's like rocking and rolling and going through and, has a lot of momentum? It doesn't even make sense. And so yeah, I at that point, that's when I said, yeah, it's somebody. There's a group. I don't know who it is. I have no idea. I have no insight to it, but somebody knows. Trust me. And I was completely convinced at that moment. And and yeah, I've never seen anything like that in my life before. And again, I kind of just spelled it out. So with the banking system here, I'll tell you. I briefly was talking about it earlier, Rhett, but yeah, the banking system had set up. BlackRock knows Utah Utes. I agree, and yeah, and Luis Rodriguez said I predicted a landslide election win way before Polymarket did. I did three plus months, Red. I said it would be one of the biggest landslides in our country's history. I remember everyone looked at me like I was effing crazy, Red. For 3 months, people thought I was nuts. And when it happened, I'm telling you, the day the election happened and he won, and I'd called the not only that, but I'd called the popular vote. I got more calls that day, and people hit me up going, holy shit, dude, I can't believe you just did that. It was kind of crazy. Soros knows something. I agree. Laptop travel right there. But yeah, somebody knows some crazy stuff there. So anyway, the banking system, this thing gets completely set up like a month before the Trump assassination happens, and I pointed out, I'm like, wow, this banking system's really wild right here. And then all of a sudden, it just fizzled out like nothing I had ever seen before. Because once it gets set up like that, you know this bad boy is gonna rock and roll. I'm ready to get into it because now it's at the point where it should be getting ready to pop, and all of a sudden it just dies. It just nothing happens. It fizzles out like nothing I'd seen before on the charts. It just kind of was alarming to me, jumped out at me, and I was like, that was bizarre. But I didn't really put one and one together at that point because I didn't really know what was happening exactly. But then these aerospace and defense charts set up like crazy, and that happens about a week later. And then I'm like, wait, something's going on here. And then obviously when the assassination attempt actually took place and happened, I put it all together, and you guys know what I said. I truly believe, and I mean, it's hard to argue this point when I called everything so perfectly and saw it all so clearly. But obviously, we'll never know 100%. But what I believe was going to happen was, if the assassination attempt obviously went down, they were going to shut the banking system down that night, and they would have made complete chaos in this country. You would have had a civil war probably break down. They might even have burned down the White House. I'm not going to lie, but I don't think they would even have cared. The Democrats were fine with anything happening at that point as long as they could keep the power, because they were already behind. And like I said, I think they knew it, because at this point, I think I was already saying probably, yeah, in July, August, September, maybe right after this happened, I was saying it was going to be a landslide. I don't remember, but yeah, they had to have known. And again, guys, I mean, Biden wasn't even coherent at this point, and he was still running. So it was like all crazy to me. I was like, how do you run a guy that's not even cognitive? Like, he's not there. And again, I speak from my experience, and I'm telling you, I suffered from a major brain injury. I got hit harder than probably anyone on the planet and survived in the head. I mean, I got hit with a 10-ton jack with the pressure of a 2-story house right there in my head. I was in another galaxy, guys, and I took all these cognitive tests. I had cognitive therapy for over 2 years, and I had to take all kinds of testing. And I knew, because I was taking these tests, that I was failing everything. I was like out of my mind. But I looked better than Biden did at that moment. And I knew for a fact he couldn't even talk in like 3 minutes in a speech. I could at least like put a sentence together somewhat. He couldn't even do that at the time. And I'm like, this guy is not cognitive. Like he's not there, because I know I'm not there. And I just based it off the fact that I knew he couldn't take any of these freaking tests that I was taking at this time, because I couldn't take the stupid test. I was failing them all. I would still probably fail most of them with my brain injury. I'd probably do a little bit better. I told you guys, they told me I lost over 30 IQ points when I took these things. I mean, it was crazy. I'm telling you, I was in another world. I got hit that hard. And then the hospital told me I was fine. I had a brain injury, and I went into a haunted house a week later, and it just screwed me up completely. Like I said, I have like every sensory issue, and that's why I was saying I can't really go to a club or a bar or anything that's crazy. I gotta, like, that lounge was perfect that we met up at the in New York. I mean, that's my scene right there, and I used to do party promotions and stuff. So yeah, it's so bizarre. But anyway, I gotta say, I don't worry about it. I'm blessed to be alive, that's for sure. And So yeah, things happen for a reason. Not exactly sure why, but hey, I'm still hanging out doing the
Yeah,
show,
God
and
was
look,
definitely on your side.
yeah, dude, it's like I say, my mom was definitely with me that night. That's for sure. Like I was floating through energy, guys. I'm telling you, I told the story many times, but yeah, everything was black, quiet, and peaceful, and I was just floating through energy. I felt floating backwards, and my buddy didn't know it hit me, and he said it looked like I hit a trampoline. He said I just sprung to my feet, and I just remember feeling this energy thrusting me forward, and and then the next thing I know, I was just standing there with my hands over my head. I didn't even know that. And then I just started hearing this really calm voice saying, "Open your eyes, open your eyes." And I like struggled to open my eyes. And when I opened them, I just remember in my mind, I went, "Holy shit, I'm alive." And then I just felt all the blood pouring down my face. I mean, it was crazy. And and I said to my buddy, I said, "Yo, we had a medical emergency. That effing thing just got me." That's the first thing I say to him. And so don't ask me why, but that's when he realizes it hits me, and I'm still holding my hands over my head, and he's like, "Yo, move your hands, move your hands." And I'll never forget his face. Been my best friend for a long, long time since we were little kids, and we still hang out all the time. And yeah, he went in shock. He looked like a ghost. His face turned so white, it was crazy, and my head was split open. It was wild. And so I'm like off adrenaline off this point. Like I said, I was just floating through energy. It was kind of wild. So I don't even know what was exactly going on, but I guess I did. And I just remember we went into the bathroom because the house was demoed and there's a mirror in the bathroom. And I just remember walking in and looking in the mirror. My head was split right here. I mean, you can see the big bump on my head. I mean, it's clear as it's real. Real right there, you could tell. And yeah, I just remember looking at it, my head was split open, and I'm like, "Oh shit, man, I think we're gonna need a hospital for this one." And he's just looking at it. Like I said, he's like in shock. He's white as a ghost. And he's like, "Oh my god, dude." So I called my wife because I was only like 3 blocks away. And then I told her, I said, "Yeah, we just had a construction accident. The jack just slipped out and hit me in the head and split my head open. So you're going to have to pack me a bag. I'll be over in a couple minutes to pick it up. But there's no way the hospital's letting me leave tonight because my head split open." And I said, "Put Dougie to bed," because this was 2.5 years ago. So he was like 2.5 when this happened. He's 5 now. And I was like, "Yo, put him to bed. He does not want to see this." So I get a freezer bag full of ice. I stick it on my head. My buddy drives me back to my house a couple blocks away. I come in, I get changed. I grab my clothes and my bag and my charger. And then my buddy drives me to the hospital. And then I go in there. And like I tell you, they put me right into the triage. They threw me into a CAT scan. They told me I was perfectly fine. 4 hours later, guys, I'm telling you, 4 hours. I'm walking out the hospital with 4 stitches in my head. And Dr. Moses, I'm not even kidding. The doctor's name, Rhett, on my paperwork is Dr. Moses. That's what it says. You can't make this shit up. 4 hours later, I'm leaving the hospital with 4 stitches in my head with a major brain injury, and I'm going home like nothing ever happened. In fact, I come home, and you guys know I'm a cannabis guy. I come home, I smoke a couple bongs, I go to bed, and it's amazing. I wake up the next morning. Not only do I wake up, I go back to my buddy's house and help him again because the hospital told me I was fine, and I definitely wasn't fine. I was like, "Man, I don't feel so right," but hey, they told me I'm all right, so whatever. And then yeah, a week later, I went into that haunted house. I almost dropped dead when I came out of that. I was like hallucinating. I don't even know what the hell was going on when I came out of that thing. That's when everything really got crazy. And then I ended up at a second hospital 13 days after that. After the first hospital, I had to go to another hospital because that's when they just told me that I had a severe concussion, one of the most severe they'd ever seen, and sent me to a neurologist. And that's when I started seeing a concussion therapist and all that good stuff. And God bless my concussion therapist, Sarah. If it wasn't for her, I'll tell you what, she saved my life. I say it all the time. She was amazing. The doctors were not really that good. I'm not gonna lie. Every like neurologist, I mean, they just don't have it together. Don't ask me why, but the medical community is not great anymore. I could tell you why since COVID. I'll tell you exactly why. We have plenty of time. We still have an hour. Um, I'll tell you why. What's up,
What's
Ben? Are you
happening,
on?
man?
I'll tell Ben the hot Ben the links right in the private spot in the Discord. You can hop on, and I'm just sitting here telling
He's
some
probably writing the
stories.
morning note right now for
I'm
us.
sure he is.
Or alpha for tomorrow.
Oh yeah, on a
Trust you to
Christmas
say with
Eve.
that. Yep.
But yeah, so anyway, so yeah, that's what happened to me. And like I said, and then I left the hospital. I went back to the second hospital, and then they set me up with all that good stuff. But yeah, thank God for my concussion therapist. She saved my life, and that's what happened to me, guys, 2.5 years ago, July 8th. I'll never forget that day. That's for sure. I'll never forget that. Like I'll never forget the stock AVAV. It just as soon as Ben said it, it was like I was like, hey, every time I hear that thing, I'm like AVAV. I know that one real well because it starts off exactly when I start talking about the Trump assassination. And again, I have listened to that clip a million times because I played it for other people. And once I've had a couple people that have sent it out to a lot of different people because they heard it and were like, dude, that's like impossible that you called the assassination attempt pretty clearly. I mean, it's like bizarre that you said it that you were that confident that something was going to happen. And like I said, when my buddy Timmy called when it did happen, he was more blown away not by the fact that Trump had just got shot, but the fact that he got shot and what I had said for the week coming up to it. He was just like, dude, I can't believe you were saying this. Like, this is the most craziest thing ever. And I'm like, I could tell something was, I didn't know what was going to happen, but something was going down in this country. And so, anyway, there you go at AVAV and that great story. So, if you never listened to the actual clip, go ahead. You guys can check it out. It's on my X account. And we'll cruise right through and look at the rest of the list. We kind of just went in the story mode, but it's all good because we have plenty of time. And, to kill before this bad boy. So anyway, this one looked really good. Was it Boyle today? The natural gas one. This thing looked really good. Look at this bad boy. That's looking good. And UN, what is it? UHG? Is that what it is?
UNG.
UNG.
Yeah,
Yeah,
UNG.
that's it. UNG.
Natural gas.
Yeah, that's looking really good. I actually grabbed a couple calls.
Those calls? Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
yeah. I'm pretty sure Ben grabbed some too. Didn't you grab some?
Yeah, I picked up a few.
Yeah,
Not
I
many,
didn't go
but
crazy, but
more.
nice. All right, let's cruise through. We'll see what else is going on over here. What did Chipotle do? That was down. I'll just rock and roll right through. We still have an hour. We have Red on, so we'll get to kill some time and talk. And you guys hang out and let me know what you guys want to see. Of course, I'll go through the list and see what, or the stream, and see what you guys are looking at and what you guys want to look at for the stocks. And tomorrow, 1 o'clock is the day ends right there for a half a day for Christmas Eve. So can you believe it's Christmas Eve? That's pretty wild, guys. And I always say how fast the time goes by. And now we'll be right through New Year's, obviously, next week. And the next thing you know, you'll be buying flowers for Valentine's Day. It'll happen like this. I mean, it's so crazy. And then it'll be St. Patty's Day, and we'll be getting ready for spring again. I mean, the time just goes by way too fast, I think. I don't know if it goes by that fast for you, Rhett, but I know when you have kids and stuff and you're just always busy with that stuff, it seems like a month goes by in like one day. It's kind of bizarre. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it especially with work right now, with how much just working consumes my life. I mean, it's just every day, Monday through Sunday type of deal. The grind doesn't stop to make Discord Story Train the best community out there. So it's just like the days turn into weeks. It's wild. I feel like we just started this year with all you guys, and it's already the end of the year, and I can't
I
believe
know.
it.
It's crazy. It's like it's actually bizarre, and my wife was kind of saying that to me the other day. She's like, "You've been doing this for a while with them guys, and it's like really awesome. Like you have like you're like really like having fun, and you guys do well together." I'm like, "Yeah, well, that's why I wanted to sign up with them. Like I said, you guys hit me up. I was still like out of my mind getting mad concussion therapy. Remember I told you that? You probably thought I was
Yeah,
nuts." You're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Well,
I don't know. You
just
told me
give
the
me a
story. I
month
was
or
like,
so
holy
because
cow!
I got to finish this concussion therapy, this one part, and it's like all the time. It's consuming my whole life, but I have to do it because it's only making me better." And yeah, honestly, it's how the show all started. I told the story. I was just doing concussion therapy, and they were trying to get me to remember things. Like I said, I have a a lot of trouble reading. Like I can read one line, and then after that, I get kind of lost, and I don't even understand what the hell I'm reading. I can't comprehend a children's book. I tell you guys, and I'm not lying. Like my wife has watched me. She's a special ed teacher. She's like, "Yeah, you definitely have an issue reading." But again, my my comprehension's not there. I just don't see things a lot the same. I don't know what the hell goes on. I feel like I could see everything right, but then at the end of the day, if you give me paperwork to fill out, I usually fill it out wrong, so I just give it to my wife. Yeah, it's bizarre. So anyway, yeah, I forget what I was even going to say
Hey,
about that.
it's Christmas Eve for laptop travel. Well, happy Christmas Eve.
There you go. Yeah, he's getting into it. I know that. And yeah, well, he has a child. So when you have a child, Christmas and all that, the holidays are really crazy. I'm sure.
You got to pull up the Santa Claus tracker, see where he's at right now.
Right. That's tomorrow.
For him, it's right now.
Oh
Christmas
shit, that's
Eve.
right. Oh wait, he's like on the other side. That's right. He's already sitting in Christmas Eve. I wasn't even thinking. I was reading it, but again, I don't even comprehend that. I'm like, for you, I'm already sitting in Christmas Eve. You're absolutely right. He's on the other side of the world, and it is Christmas Eve over there. You're absolutely right, Rhett. See, I told you I can't comprehend shit. It's so bizarre. Laptop travel. I'm not kidding. If you guys ever watch this show at night, it's hilarious. I was telling my wife, I'm like, laptop travel literally breaks down words so I can like pronunciate them because I can't do that. He tells me, I'm like, I'll read something like a news story, and I'll be like, laptop travel. What did I just read? I have to just explain that, and he breaks it down like I'm a 5-year-old perfectly. It's amazing, and he's great. And Luis Rodriguez helps out a lot too. So yeah, I'm definitely challenged. So I could just sit here and look at stock charts. And when I explain this all to the neurologist that this is what I do, they look at me like I have 10 heads because I can't read a sentence, but I can somehow do a show. But yeah, that's how the show all started. I was doing some stupid thing and not stupid, but I was doing something in cognitive therapy, and I was trying to read and remember things. I just couldn't do it. It was just like really hard. And I said to the therapist,
you ever have to do those smell tests or no, Dougie?
What was it?
You have to like scratch the papers and then smell and tell them what it is.
Yeah, I did that like a couple times. That was like I only had to do that like 2 or 3 times. I do remember doing that though. And then once you can tell the smells, they stopped doing it. But yeah, I remember they would do it like 3 months, and then they do it again. I failed it for like 2 times, and then I think the third or fourth time is finally when I could start smelling things again, like somewhat. And they were like, all right, so you're starting to get your sense of smell back. Yeah, I didn't even realize I lost like everything, but yeah, it was kind of bizarre. It was crazy. But yeah, so the therapist I was saying to Xi Ping, I don't know how to say the dude's name for China, and I always like to say all kinds of different things. So laptop travel has to spell it out for me. It's Xi Ping, and yeah, they helped me out with everything. But yeah, I was doing these things and I just couldn't do it. I was like, look, if you put like stock tickers right there, I'd probably be pretty good at this, but everything else I am just garbage at. Like, I just can't comprehend anything. I'm retarded. And so she's looking at me like I'm nuts. And the therapist, she's like, what are you talking about? And so I'd explain to them, and they still couldn't grasp what I would even tell them. I'm like, just go and watch one of my shows and watch what I do. Somehow I can sit in this chair and tell you what the stocks are going to do. And I get up from this chair. I don't know what the hell's going on in life. And then, yeah, so I literally put a show together. I came home and I was like, well, if I just started like looking at stocks and talking about them, I bet that would be way more helpful than anything they're trying to do for me. Like whatever this program is, because I just couldn't comprehend it, and I can comprehend stock tickers. So I put my own little program together, and then I took it into the therapist and we would do it. And she was just like looking at me like, oh, that's pretty impressive that you like did this. And I'm like, well, I was trying to explain to you, this is like the only thing I can comprehend. Like everything else is just foreign to me. Like we might as well learn Spanish right now or a different language, because I don't know what the hell's going on, but for some reason I could still tell you what the stocks are doing. And again, I tell people the night I got hit in the head, I was looking at FinViz on my phone, laughing at my friend, my buddy that hit when I got hit in the head. He drove me. He was in the ER with me. And I'm like, yo, dude, you're so lucky. I could still see these stock charts. Now, meanwhile, Dr. Moses is looking at me like I have 10 heads because I'm over here laughing about it. And my head split open. So he's like, yeah, this guy's crazy. They even told me, they're like, dude, you're wild. And I'm like, yeah, I live a pretty crazy life. They're like, no, most people come in, their head split open. They're not sitting there giggling about this. And I'm laughing, and like he's put 4 stitches. And I remember, dude, Oh man, when he did that needle, holy shit, that hurt pretty good. He goes, yo, man, there's no other way to tell you this, but this one needle to numb you is not going to feel good. He's like, it's in a spot where it's going to hurt. He's like, bottom line, it's probably going to be one of the worst things you feel, but you just got smashed in the head. So I don't know what you're going to be able to take. He did this thing, and I was just sitting there like clenching like that. And I'm like, oh my God, that thing hurts. And he finished, and I was like, man, that was rough. And he looked at me like, man, I thought you were gonna like just cry or so. He's like, dude, I couldn't believe you could take that. I have a pretty high tolerance for pain, obviously. And but yeah, that shit was more painful than anything else that I had to do. Was that one needle that they numbed for the stitches. They put like 4 needles in, but the one needle, holy shit, dude, it like, oh my God. My buddy Herb said like I was like like my back was, he's like, dude, I'd never seen pain in your face like that before. I was like, man, that shit hurt so bad. I was like, I think I'd rather get hit by that jack again than get that needle. Holy shit, it was crazy. But yeah, it was pretty wild. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, 4 hours later, I left that hospital
Wow, that's
with
great.
my bag in my hand with my phone charger and my change of clothes because I told my wife there was no way the hospitals let me. I came back in the house 4 hours later and she was like, I guess you're okay. I'm like, they told me I'm fine. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, I was fine. I was so out of my mind, guys. It was so good. It was when I went to the second hospital 13 days later, it was my neighbor. I take care of their pool. The guy passed away. My neighbor is older than me. I grew up, and she's a X-ray tech. She don't live there, but she comes and hangs out at the pool. And I was down the shore. And so she was taking care of the pool while I was away. And when I came home, she was next door, and she's an X-ray tech. And I'm telling you, it was 3 seconds. She looked at me. She goes, "Holy shit!" She's like, "What did the hospital say? You don't look so right." I'm like, they were kind of amazed I was alive, told me I was fine. She's like, "You're not fine." She's like, "You need to go get checked out. You're definitely not fine." And she was the one that had me go to the second hospital. And she worked there. And so she called them up and had them. It was in the middle of July. I went at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. There was nobody there. And they brought me in the back. And I remember I tell the story. They had all the student doctors there, and there was probably like, it felt like 50 of them, maybe there was 30. There was all these people in these white like jackets and stuff, and this one doctor lady was like doing these tests, and I remember her saying, holy cow, I've never seen anything like that before. And every person that ever did the concussion test to me after that point said the exact same thing. They had never seen anyone's eyes tick that bad. Even the therapist said I was the most severe patient probably anybody would ever see. But so the doctor in the ER, she was like, yo, do you mind if I show the students, the residents, that's what they call them, residents, do you mind if I show them a couple things? I'm like, you could do whatever the hell you want. I'm out of my mind, guys. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on. So yeah, I'm like, do whatever you want. I don't care. And so she brings all these people over, and they're all around me, and she's doing this concussion thing, and my eyes are ticking so bad. They're like, da, 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 like nobody had ever seen it before. And she's like, and the students, I remember, go, whoa, what's that? And she's like, I don't know. I've never seen anything like that before. And she's like, and I bet you'll never see it ever again. That's why I'm showing you. So yeah, apparently my eyes ticked so bad. It was so bad that that's how they knew I had such a severe concussion. And yeah, that went on for like 2 months, 3 months. My eyes were ticking like da, 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 da. And I understand what it means now because I lived through it. But at the time, I knew what a concussion was, but I'd never seen anyone's eyes like that. But yeah, they videotaped and shit. It was crazy, guys. My eyes were like, if anyone knows what you're looking at and what that means, yeah, they said I had the worst ticking eyes that anybody had ever seen. Any of these doctors around here, neurologists, I got seen by a lot of different people, and no one could even believe it. They're like, they couldn't believe I lived and that I could talk and I could walk, could do anything. It was kind of crazy. So, like I said, I survived a miracle. That's for sure. That's the story of how I kind of started doing my show, to be honest with you. But anyway, we'll get back to our list, and yeah, we're kind of killing a lot of time anyway because we still have what, a half hour or so. Not too much time. We're killing some good time here, Rhett.
Yeah,
How
we
about
are.
that? I can
Yes, we
short
are.
talk, can I?
Yeah, you can. I'm like, I need a drink after I talk for a little bit. You guys can, you and Ben, man. Tell you what, you guys can talk.
Yeah, no, we definitely have the gift of gab for sure, and we vibe really well together. Any of you that haven't watched the Discord or you have, I'm telling you, because I know like shows and other shows, and I've been kind of like I tell you guys, I've been around CNR for 20 years and other radio plays and people and stuff like that. So I know this space pretty well, and you don't usually get guys that can just vibe like that quick, that easily. It's weird because we grew up like 3 towns away from each other. You hear us, and Ben's like a couple of years
Crazy.
older than us, and we have such a similar mindset. It's just bizarre. Even like the way we trade options, the way we see things. He's just a little more fundamental than I am, but he's really good at technicals as well. He just doesn't factor everything on technicals. That's all. And he has his 4 pillars, which works out great every time he has that set up. And you hit all of them 4 pillars. That thing's going to rock and roll. And yeah, I just remember starting out on the small cap show, and I gotten asked to go on with Wolf, and yeah, and Ben was on there, and like Money Mark and Godfather. And I felt like I just vibed with him. I always thought it was great, but yeah, especially with Ben, I was like, man, we both talk fast. We both gotta talk about the market in a similar manner. So yeah, I think it's a lot of fun, and we have a good time joking around on the show, and but we're also very serious, and obviously take the market and do it accurately, and that's the most important thing, and guide everybody in the right direction too, down the right path. That's the most important thing, guys, is really being able to trust the people that you're listening to. And you guys know you can definitely trust me, you can definitely trust Ben, you can trust Rhett, and yeah, we do. And Laptop Travel, we have a great team in there. Godfather's great. And yeah, you can. That's what it's really about. Is really. I say it all the time. No one's ever going to pick the market 100%. I mean, if you could do that, Jesus, you would be amazing. But yeah, I mean, I mean, I could tell you where the president's going to get shot, but I can't pick the market 100%. I mean, it's just the way it works. It's just too many variables every day. Anything can happen. But we are pretty damn accurate by, especially Ben with picking out like the one stock that's really going to move that day. I'm more into the setups. I can see things a little bit in advance, what's going to set up, and maybe it'll take a week, maybe it pops right away. But yeah, Ben can give you that catalyst like right away, boom, boom, every single day. And you have a popper, you have a target. And I mean, it's pretty damn accurate what he tells you in that morning note. And you guys, we post out for the morning the top plays and stuff. It's pretty wild. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, if you and yeah, anybody interested in the Discord, it's 20% off, so you guys can check it out. I know I have it pinned up on my Discord. And I bet, Red, are you going to do the 15% for the
Yeah, so 20% is going to be for the monthly plans, and you can use code New Year, and then you can also use code 2026 to get 15% off the 3, 6, and 1 year plans.
Awesome. Thank you, Rhett. So there you go. So New Year, 20% off the 1 month plan. And then your 2026 is the promo for 15% off for your 3, 6, or 1 year. So yeah, there you go. Thank you, Rhett. And I had a couple people actually hit me up today, and I didn't realize that the 20% was just for the 1 month. So Rhett added on 15% for the other plans because other people were trying to get them, and we wanted to make sure that you guys could get a nice little discount as well. So there you go. You can take advantage of whichever ones you want. Just hit me up, and like I said, any questions, you guys feel free to shoot me a DM. And but I talked to a couple people today. Were asking about the Discord. That's how Rhett was putting that in, as a matter of fact, because somebody asked. So there you go. We cater to you guys. That's what it's all about. That's what we try to do, and we work pretty hard. A lot of hours, obviously. Ben's probably killing himself with the night note. And tomorrow the market closes at 1 p.m. and he'll still spend 4 hours on that thing. So yeah,
Yep.
he definitely we put in a lot of time. You guys know that. So, but it shows too. I mean, obviously we do really well. And like I said, the account's over $1 million that Ben has, the public account. So I would say that's a pretty good year right there. I would say all them hours pay to they're paying off pretty well. And like I say, 2026 is going to be quite amazing. We have a really good team. We have a really good thing going right now, I think, and we're just going to keep the momentum just snowballing, and it's going to be great. And we pick the market no matter if it's going up, down, sideways, backward. It doesn't even matter. We play it daily, and we tell you exactly what it's going to do all the time. And then we find the popper that's going to pop as well. So I mean, how can you lose? And then if you want to wake up early, you got laptop travel at 4 a.m. Godfather, that pick right there. What was that one? I can't think. Oh, C1, this bad boy.
C1.
How the hell did he know that they were going to get a buyout like that? Like, how does he know that? That's crazy. Like
Yeah, that was a
he
great
was
play.
adamant about it. Like they're getting bought out. Like he was so out. I was like, all right, I'll buy options because he's adamant. He knows something's going on. But how the hell do you know they're getting a buyout like that? I don't even know how you know things like that. But pretty impressive. And yeah, he's always putting good things in there as well. He does a lot of great fundamentals. That's for sure. He's great, Godfather. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
So
he's
yeah.
put us on some heaters too.
Yeah, he puts up a lot of great ones. I mean, if you just watch, and he doesn't post every day, but you don't need to. It's all about the quality. And if you have a lot of quality ones and you hit all them and trade them nice, you don't need quantity, that's for sure, because you make up for it just trading good. And like I say, I tend to steer towards some of the big cap options, but they pay really well. That's why they're expensive as hell. But I'm confident in one of them, in them, like that AMD call that time, and them things like Nvidia. Look at Nvidia right now. I had a bunch in that. I said it the other day. I said Nvidia's looking good, and there you go. I mean, I said it right here at the end of the day. So it was up a little bit. You had 2 days of dip, and then boom, look at that thing. So yeah, that's what I like to do. I like to look at these setups and catch them ahead of time. I don't know. They jump out at me, and you can just see them happen. And so that's my specialty. And like I say, you got to kind of gear it towards what you're good at, what your lifestyle is, and your trading, what you can trade and can't trade, the hours. And obviously, I can do it all day, but I still have to trade what works for me. And like I say, I was a big penny stock trader before, and the whole market with penny stocks and everything's changed because you have the 4 a.m. market, and that's real crazy now. So you get that happening, which changes everything. It's not like they're popping at 7 a.m. like they used to and run until 9:30. Now they're running at like 4 a.m. and they're done at like 4:15, at 4:20. You go take a smoke break and things run up like over 100%. It's bizarre. And yeah, my brain just can't handle that anymore. So I kind of steered away from that. I mean, I'll play a couple penny stocks if they're set up and looking great. You guys know that, but I don't mind the options now. Teaching myself how to do the options last year was great, and you can do well. Obviously, you can get beat on them too if you're not smart about it and allocate it right. And I think the main thing with options, don't be aggressive. If you don't really like a setup or you're kind of iffy about it, probably wait a few days and then look at it, reevaluate it. You'll probably be way happier. I've realized when I do that, I'm way happier. I'm like, well, I'm glad I didn't get in that because it's way cheaper now, and my option would have been way down. So if I'm ever like kind of skeptical about something, I'll just be patient and wait, or just look for something different. So I think it's important. And again, it's you want the quality, not the quantity. You don't need 20 different option plays. You just need one good one, and that's it. They pay out great. So
Trade a day.
yeah, I mean, Rhett will do the indices a lot as well. I mean, Rhett's the one that got me into the Qs. I never looked at the Qs before. I don't even think I ever even looked at them, Rhett, like a day in my life, to be honest with you. Now I pay attention to them like every single day, and I watch these fast little pops and stuff, and I catch them, and I tell you, like, yo, Qs are about to rip right here. And I mean, guys, if for example, like that one candle right there was wild, but if you
That's
just catch that
100% move.
bottom. Yeah, if you catch that bottom and run it up all day right there, that's a hell of a day. I'm not gonna lie. What was it, 617 to 622, and you get a bunch of calls on that? That thing move. I mean, it goes flying. These things go up. Obviously, it can burn you, and it can go down real fast too, real big as well. So you got to be sure that you're quick or actually calling the right thing. But yeah, I mean, right about here, I probably would have been like, all right, I'm getting out. And then that candle would have spiked it up, and I would have been like, mother effer. And that happens to me all the time. But again, you can't risk that next candle coming down, because you'll just see your account, like, it'll change really fast, really big. You're like, holy smokes, it's like crazy. So yeah, you can play these things really fast. I mean, every morning you get a quick spike up. What the heck is that? Is that you, Rhett? What? I think we got some music. What the heck is that? Yo, Rhett, is that you or is that me? How the hell we get music on here?
No, Dougie, I think that's you, man. I have no music
I
playing.
don't think I have any music either. What
You
the
check your
heck is
browser?
that? Hold on, I gotta go in here. I know you get music on here, but I didn't turn anything on. That's pretty well. We got music, guys. How about that? Let
I
me
don't hear
see.
anything.
You don't hear anything?
No music. Are you guys hearing music?
What the heck is going on over here? Something on my things going crazy. Hold on, let me X out of like YouTube's and stuff like that. I have no idea what the fuck is playing right now. I just got some crazy music. There, I'll X out of that. You there? Can you hear me? Wait,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't.
I can hear you.
All right, what the
Yeah, no
heck?
music here. That was on your end. I'm like, what?
Yeah, dude, that was crazy. I don't even know where the hell that came from. This I have no idea. The speaker just popped up and just started playing some weird ass music. I'm gonna turn that background music there. I know you could play sounds and stuff because I've done that. I'll do the explosion sometimes, and sometimes we got a good drum roll going, or like a or the long slide. This is when they really go down good. You go like this, and then you're like, oh shit. So I play with that every once in a while. I'm like, where the hell did that background music come from? I have no idea. But anyway, there you go. Ben, you're back right there. What time's the launch? This is Ben. Hop on. I'm gonna pop it on over there. So when do they start? Let me look real quick because I have the feed over here on YouTube. Oh yeah, they have something up there right now. Let me see
Yeah,
what the
I'm
hell.
looking at it. It's just giving a preview of the satellites.
All right, so all right, I'll put it on in like at 10 o'clock or something. Well, it's like 10:10. I'll pop it on. I think it goes off at 10:24. So yeah, we'll cruise through and look at it. You didn't hear any music. I don't know where the hell that music. It was definitely on my end. I don't know what was going on. Some speaker just popped up and started playing music all of a sudden. I don't know. I didn't
Whenever I
push
hear this
anything.
song come on the radio here, I'll play a song for us for the Christmas spirit.
What's that?
Laptop travel.
Yeah, laptop travel. It's there you go. There you go, laptop travel. There's your theme song right there. Can anyone say that word without actually not singing it? Like, how the heck do you even say that word? I can't even say. I'm sure laptop travel probably can, but I cannot say that word if I don't. I can't even say it if I try to sing it. But
I can't even pronounce English words. So
yeah, yeah. Well, you know me.
I mean, you
So.
see me trying to put a sentence together. I'm like dyslexic when I read. So
Oh, wait. C1, the buyout was formalized on November 7th. So someone knew and it got
I'll leave.
leaked. So that's how he knew. All right. Well, that works. So, hey, whatever. I didn't know. So that's cool. And, yeah, Ben, if you want to hop on the links in the private thing in the Discord, hop on and I'll pop the stream on in a couple minutes and I can see it. Yeah, it's just like a commercial showing this spaceship, I guess, or they're building something. I don't know what the hell they're doing. AST SpaceMobile. But yeah, I'll pop it on. Here, I'll go through the Mag 7 real quick and a couple other ones. I somehow figured out a way to not even get through the entire list, and we had all this extra time tonight, and somehow I just talked the entire time and didn't even do the list. That's pretty impressive. And actually, it doesn't even matter because I will definitely come on at 7 a.m. tomorrow. We'll do the pre-market show and look at everything. We'll talk about the AST SpaceMobile thing. And like we're saying, if that thing goes through pretty smooth, I would assume that the space industry is going to be rocking and rolling. I mean, look at these things right here. Look at that. This isn't even the one going.
look
That
at
AST.
FChat. Remember
Look at that
FChat?
look right there. That's insane. How do you say it? Kaylee Kimaka. Kaylee Kimaka.
We gotta bring them on to say it.
Kaylee Kimaka. There you go. Something like that. So yeah, see how laptop travel puts the words out. He spells out everything for me because I can't say anything. So yeah, I'm like retarded, guys. I tell you that all the time. I'm not even joking. I'm being dead
I'm not far
serious.
behind you when it comes to that.
Yeah, I can't pronounce things. I can't read anything anymore. I used to be fine, like, and now it's just like crazy. So anyway, I laugh about it. It's kind of comical to me, to be completely honest. I guess you kind of have to laugh about it at this. You can't really be down on it. That's for sure. Like I say, had to go through like 2.5 years of cognitive therapy. I feel like this show's cognitive therapy every day. So it works out. And like I say, it's all good. And I'm blessed to be alive. Pretty wild, Doge Mama 9. But yeah, Doge Mama, we're hearing about a miracle, Dougie, your reason to be alive. There's no other explanation. Love when we veer off and now and then, like from a Coke scarf to food, etc. Yeah, you, Brett, the one day I know Joseph Levy was talking about it. He brought me, actually, here it is, guys. I have my Coke scarf right here. We, the first time we did a stream on here, it was for the old, was that what it was for, right? Wait, what the heck was that, dude? What was the Coke scarf from? I thought it was when we did the who the hell had that thing? Was that, I don't even remember what the heck that was from now, to be completely honest with you. Holy cow. I don't even remember. We were watching some oh, it was the Trump. I remember Trump was doing a speech. We were watching it, and the people in the background were just completely chaotic. I mean, it was like bonkers back there. They were hand selected like craziness. And this one dude, I'm not even kidding, he was back there. I mean, the guy was like sitting there right behind. He was right next to Trump, and he's just sitting there putting his scarf up. I don't think he was coughing or sneezing. He didn't look like he was like moving around like that. He just kept putting the scarf up, and I was like, "Yo, what is this guy doing? Is that like a Coke scarf?" So we started calling
white girls in town.
Yeah. The scarf when he saw us in New York. He gave me the scarf. He's like, "Here's your Coke scarf for the show." So yeah, we had a lot of fun with that night. Everybody was cracking up about it. So it was good stuff. So be on around 10:09. Perfect. We'll pop it on at like in like 5 or 6 minutes, and we'll watch the good old SpaceMobile.
So Dougie, what do you think about the marijuana plays? We saw MSOS today and a few others.
Yeah, let's take a look at them real quick. They're trying to bounce back up. It does look like it's curling up. I mean, to be honest with you, it wasn't surprising that they dipped down like that, because I think I have it ready, Ben. Yeah, I have it set up. So I'm gonna cancel this one, this share screen, and pop that one on real quick. So yeah, I actually figured it out, I guess like a week or two ago, how to do this. I was gonna call Red, as a matter of fact. That's what we figured it out when who the heck's the Fed guy, Powell, and he spoke that one night at like 8 p.m. and they were doing that thing, and that's when I finally figured it out. That was a hell of a crew. And yeah, I'll share here. Ready? Wanna listen? This has some chick talking right now. So here, ready? I'll let me end this feed right. Stop this screen. And then I have to share this screen right here. There we go.
We're talking about how it works right now. Let's play it so we can hear it.
There you go. It should. Oh wait, I gotta add it to the stage. And
right, big screen.
There you go. And now do they have any sound? That's what I have to see. Looks like the sound is on. Why isn't the sound coming through? The sound worked last time. Hold on. Let me figure it out. Rhett, what's going on? It is on the screen, right? Yeah, you can see it.
Here, let me share mine. It should work.
All right, yeah, share yours then. Do I have to make you a co-host or anything?
No, you're good.
All right, yeah, share your screen.
Hopefully this is the right chart. Can you see this?
Yeah, I see that. Yep.
Oh wait, hold on. That's the wrong one. Hold up. Give me a second, guys. I just shared the wrong one. Share screen.
See, Rhett knows how to do this stuff.
Yeah, share screen, webcast. Here we go. All right, you guys should see this. Can you hear it?
I don't hear any. Maybe they don't have any sound yet. I don't hear anything. Nah, that sounds crazy.
Dougie, you got to put.
What do I have to do?
Is mine up? Is mine sharing right now?
I think so.
Share with audio. I am sharing with audio. Hold on.
That's what I thought. Yeah, yours is definitely.
About now, guys.
Hold on. Yeah, yours is definitely sharing. You want me to stop? Yeah, no, that should be yours, I think. I'll stop it and then you share your screen, okay? I'll stop the screen, and now you do already.
You can see the size and scale, and remembering there are 5 of these attached together when the full unfurling happens. One of the reasons we hang these vertically is we're trying to mimic anti-gravity so that they will be deployed in a manner in which they will see in space. So we use very complex linear guide systems that allow this structure to free flow through deployment. So we close and then open. What you see here is a wingspan fully closed, and then once we deploy, you see it fully open. Here we have the wingspans completely assembled into a full phased array in collapsed position. So that large opening fully collapses down when those wingspans are assembled together into this cube that is loaded into the spacecraft.
Yeah, we can.
I definitely do.
All of our satellite electronics come together into one flat bench where we assemble, connect, and ensure that all devices are functioning properly. Here's one of the structures that's designed and built in-house here in Midland. We use this to be able to move the satellite from one position to another. You can see the scale and magnitude of the steel that has to come together. This is our environmental testing area where the satellite, the microns, and many other components that go in the vehicle are tested with environmental vibration. This is our large shaker where we actually have the ability to mount the entire vehicle with all components in place. In this device, we're able to simulate the actual launch conditions to ensure our vehicle is capable of withstanding the forces it will see during the 9 minutes getting into orbit. Here we have our thermal vacuum chamber where we do a lot of our environmental testing for our microns. Each one is cycled through as we do acceptance testing to test at the levels right there in the space-like conditions. Inside of our thermal vacuum chamber, we also bring the fully assembled satellite and expose it through a number of conditions from hot to cold environments that it will see in space.
Thank you very much for getting that to work. And I'll have to,
Dougie,
I would have got
We're really proud of the team here. We're really grateful to be in the city of Midland, and we couldn't think of a better place to be in the USA working and building these satellites.
That was a great behind-the-scenes look at our Midland facility.
Sure was.
That's just one of several manufacturing sites we operate across the U.S. and internationally. Altogether, we have nearly 500,000 square feet dedicated to building satellites. And with building huge satellites, we need a lot of space. We're currently ramping up production in order to launch 45 to 60 of our next-generation Bluebirds by the end of next year. We've taken an idea that once felt out of reach, cellular broadband from space, and shown time and time again that with a driven team and a clear mission, there's nothing we can't achieve. So what is our mission? What exactly are we trying to accomplish with our Bluebird satellites? At AST SpaceMobile, we believe that in today's digital world, connectivity is a basic human right. That's why we invented satellite direct-to-cell broadband. While cities and urban areas are generally well covered with 4G and emerging 5G networks, satellite connectivity plays a crucial role in complementing that terrestrial infrastructure and extending coverage where and when it's needed most. Let's take a closer look at how our satellites are working to eliminate coverage gaps and connect the unconnected.
Our world runs on cellular broadband. From online banking, healthcare, jobs, and education to streaming your favorite shows and catching up with loved ones, high-speed mobile connectivity has become essential to modern life. Today, there are over 5 billion mobile users globally, moving in and out of coverage as they travel. Still, billions lack access to reliable mobile broadband, with 87% of the planet out of range of traditional cell towers. Every day, the digital divide widens, and billions are left behind, their potential limited just because of where they live or work. AST SpaceMobile is rewriting the rules of connectivity. With the largest phased array antennas in low Earth orbit, our Bluebird satellites function like cell towers in space, delivering high-speed broadband directly to everyday smartphones. Our mission? Eliminate connectivity gaps worldwide and bring broadband to the billions who remain unconnected. In rural communities, students join the same online classes as kids in major cities, while their parents access telehealth consultations from home instead of driving hours to the nearest hospital. Remote workers join companies anywhere in the world, while entrepreneurs and creators reach global audiences. Farmers use real-time data to optimize crops and boost yields. Adventurers and travelers explore mountains and deserts while staying connected, checking weather, navigating safely, and sharing their journey with loved ones back home. When disasters strike and ground networks fail, our satellites keep communication flowing. Emergency teams coordinate rescue efforts while families and friends can stay updated. At sea, fishing crews and cargo ships receive critical weather updates and maintain contact with shore, even thousands of miles from land. In the skies, passengers enjoy seamless connectivity from takeoff to landing without needing to purchase Wi-Fi. And for military operations, satellite networks ensure safe and reliable coordination between remote bases and field operations, despite challenging environments. We believe connectivity is not just a privilege, but a basic human right. And we're working to make this a reality for everyone, everywhere, at all times. We've already made history by conducting the world's first ever voice, video, and 5G calls from space directly to standard smartphones. With our Bluebird satellite network and partnerships with leading mobile operators worldwide, we aren't just connecting devices, we're connecting people. Connection without limits, opportunity without borders.
This wouldn't have been possible on our own. Since the beginning, we've prioritized making key strategic partnerships with companies and organizations that share our mission. So as we expand our constellation over the next couple of years, we'll be able to offer a turnkey service to billions of potential users. Now we have great videos for you, prepared by our partners. Let's watch.
Over the past few years, it's really been fantastic to see AST's vision of broadband direct to the device, a cellular device, go from concept to reality. And with the upcoming launch of Bluebird 6, we really are on the cusp of that commercial operation taking place, not just in the US, but around the world. I see space-based broadband from companies like AST as a great complement to what we already do. American Tower is a leading provider of digital infrastructure and neutral host communications assets in 20 markets across 5 continents. American Tower is also an early and long-term investor in AST SpaceMobile. As a result, I've become a director of AST's board since the transition to a public company in 2021. And when we started this journey with AST SpaceMobile, there were really 4 reasons strategically why we made our initial investment. First and foremost, we believed and had a common vision of connecting the unconnected, of bridging that digital divide. The second part of it was we looked at the types of customers and the types of businesses that AST would need to work with. And fundamentally, with our neutral host platform as a digital infrastructure company and the satellite fundamentally being a neutral host, we were talking to the same and operating with the same customers. Additionally, we looked at it from the business perspective and said we could be a strategic partner in offering up these assets in the form of our distributed real estate around the world to enable AST to quickly go to market with terrestrial gateways. Finally, it really was about the team and about the technology. In order to really get to this point where we have more resilient and more reliable networks, AST had a strategic approach to putting together the right spectrum so they can complement the terrestrial networks. The combination of the operator's thin low-band coverage and that spectrum, combined with MSS LNS bands, which were recently announced by AST, really do enable broadband data performance on existing devices. Terrestrial networks and non-terrestrial networks get more integrated. The big impact for end users will be seamless services and better overall experience. This will be super important as 5G extends its capabilities into autonomous platforms such as drones and autonomous vehicles. At the heart of this, there's a shared vision that AST and American Tower have of expanding coverage and bringing reliable connectivity to these new verticals in the business sector and to people, no matter where they are. Because ultimately, this isn't just about the infrastructure. It's really about people. End users everywhere are really demanding more data, better performance, and more reliability than ever before. And with the partnership of AST and American Tower, we're both working together to build networks that can meet those demands today and into the future.
Hi, Abel and AST team. When was it when I met you guys and heard about this very ambitious concept of connecting entire Earth with a high-speed, wireless network from your satellite? I couldn't believe it. Really not sure whether this is going to work or not, but follow your passion to make the network available for anybody, anytime, anywhere.
In Japan, we have many mountains that are out of coverage. And personally, I'm often in such area. So I'm very looking forward to using the service also as a user.
The world is transforming very fast. I think AI is going to be very, very important, not only for the people living in very advanced, rich countries, but for emerging countries as well. For them, the wireless connectivity can be done only through satellite. And you guys are enabling broadband, so this is amazing. And this launch is the huge milestone you guys are achieving.
Now we are one step closer to truly connected world. Wishing you and the team continued success in the missions ahead.
We are very happy, we are very proud, and we are very honored to be part of this ambitious project.
Have a Merry Christmas, Laptop Travels
Thanks
daughter.
to all of our partners, and we look forward to many more shared milestones in the future together. AST SpaceMobile technology is not only a game changer for end consumers in all corners of the world, guys. It can also be crucial for governments when they face times of great need, ensuring that those who put their lives on the line for everyone's safety can work faster, more reliably, and more securely. Let's see how in the next clip.
Emergency services, government agencies, and the military often operate in remote regions or challenging landscapes where stakes couldn't be higher. Every day, these dedicated teams put their lives on the line to serve and protect their communities and nations. Yet connectivity is often missing or unreliable when it's needed most. AST SpaceMobile's space-based cellular broadband network can help close that gap. By providing high-speed broadband directly to everyday smartphones from space, our network could advance situational awareness, coordination, and safety at sea, in air, and on the ground. Here's how. For emergency responders, satellite-powered, direct-to-device connectivity could keep teams connected when terrestrial networks are down, helping streamline rescue and relief efforts. For firefighters, real-time data on rapidly changing conditions could offer a clearer, safer path through smoke and flames. At border zones where internet access is limited but security is critical, space-based broadband could support smarter monitoring and better coordination with limited resources. In the open ocean, high-speed connectivity could enable real-time coordination between vessels, enhance maritime domain awareness, and support enforcement of fishing, customs, and environmental regulations. In the air, satellite connectivity could enable in-flight coordination with command centers and help reroute flights around high-risk zones. For military personnel at remote outposts, satellite connectivity could strengthen operational readiness and accelerate data transfers while keeping them connected to loved ones back home. We are already working with government agencies around the world. Earlier this year, AST SpaceMobile was awarded a $43 million contract from the U.S. Space Development Agency to provide space-based connectivity for specialized government applications supporting critical national security objectives. We also partnered with Singapore's Defense Science and Technology Agency to explore how our network can support humanitarian assistance, disaster relief, and emergency response when terrestrial networks are compromised. These partnerships reflect what direct-to-smartphone satellite broadband can offer: secure and reliable communications, especially when it's needed most. We've proven the technology works, and now we're working with partners around the world to connect communities and the teams who safeguard them.
We're just moments away from the liftoff of AST SpaceMobile's Bluebird 6 satellite aboard ISRO's LVM-3 rocket. And if you're watching and wondering what exactly is about to unfold, let me break it down for you. Here we have once again our 3D model of LVM-3, ISRO's most powerful rocket, standing about 43.5 meters tall and weighing in at a massive 640 tons at liftoff. Let's walk through what's going to happen when the countdown hits 0. Liftoff begins with the ignition of the two S-200 solid rocket boosters, each carrying 205 tons of solid propellant. This propellant is based on HTPB, a synthetic rubber-like material that becomes an incredibly powerful fuel once it's mixed and cured. These massive boosters provide the initial thrust needed to get the rocket off the pad and through the lower atmosphere. About 2 minutes into flight, while the boosters are still firing, the L-110 liquid core stage ignites. It holds 115 tons of liquid propellant and uses twin engines to keep the rocket climbing smoothly. Just after that, the empty boosters will separate. As the vehicle climbs past 71 miles, the nose cone, or payload fairing, which is the protective shell around the satellite, is released. This marks the moment the vehicle is officially in space. At around 5 minutes into flight, the core stage burns out and separates. That's when the third and final upper stage, called C-25, takes over. It's powered by a cryogenic engine burning 28 tons of supercooled liquid hydrogen and oxygen, and it carries the satellite the rest of the way to orbit. Once the upper stage with the nose cone reaches an altitude of about 323 miles, the satellite will be released into orbit. In satellite communications, positioning is everything. Our Bluebird satellites operate in low Earth orbit, or LEO, a region roughly 100 to 1,200 miles above the Earth. There's also medium Earth orbit, or MEO, which orbit at about 12,000 miles, and geostationary orbit, or GEO, way out at about 22,000 miles. We place our satellites in LEO because their proximity to Earth makes the signal much stronger. It reduces latency or signal delay and allows us to connect directly to everyday mobile devices. Communication satellites in LEO often work as part of a constellation, a network of satellites working together to provide seamless, continuous coverage across the planet. Medium Earth orbit, being a bit higher up, is commonly used for navigation systems like GPS. That's because MEO offers a balance between coverage area and signal strength, and the orbits allow satellites to constantly move across the sky in predictable patterns, ideal for global positioning. Geostationary, on the other hand, is much farther out. Satellites here orbit in sync with the Earth's rotation, so they appear fixed over one spot on the surface. That makes GEO ideal for things like weather monitoring, TV broadcasting, and other services that benefit from a constant view of the same area. Now back to our satellite. Once it's released in LEO, our engineers will take control over the satellite, and it will undergo a series of tests to ensure it's stable enough for unfolding later on. When unfolded, Bluebird 6 satellite becomes a 2,400 square foot cell tower designed to deliver 4G and 5G broadband connectivity directly to everyday smartphones worldwide. Now let's zoom out. The entire satellite would be as tall as 9 of me. The Hubble telescope is 43.5 feet long, making it just short of our 49-foot tall satellite. Or half an NBA basketball court, or it could fit 1,600 pizza boxes. All right, that was fun, but now it's almost time for takeoff. We will now hand it over to the live footage provided by ISRO. From the moment the rocket leaves the launch pad, it takes about 15 minutes until Bluebird 6 is released into low Earth orbit. Let's watch.
Here we go, guys. I'm excited.
Do it. This is going to be exciting. And Laptop Travel's daughter having Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Eve over there.
ये देखिए हाथ ऊपर करके उत्साह बढ़ाते हुए
on mute.
This is going to be cool.
T-minus 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
ऑटोमेटिक लॉन्च सीक्वेंस जारी है। इस दौरान S200 बूस्टर्स और L110 सभी चरणों के फायरिंग लाइन को तैयार कर दिया गया है। अंतिम संचार जांच जारी है।
We are 2.5 minutes away from the scheduled launch time. When a huge rocket like LVM-3 ignites, a condition of overpressure is generated. Thrusting of solid rocket motors creates enormous acoustic levels which have a potential to affect the electronic components in the launch vehicle and satellite. To mitigate the acoustic levels, the acoustic suppression system floods the launch pad with large amount of water through nozzles so that a denser medium of water prevails around the rocket for the acoustics to travel through.
2 minutes.
That's crazy.
यह प्रमोशन मिशन दक्षिणी पूर्वी दिशा का मिशन है, इसलिए इसमें निरंतर नजर बनाए रखने के लिए भारत स्थित शार और पोर्ट ब्लेयर में स्थित रडार स्टेशन इसमें पूर्ण निगरानी बना के रखेंगे और इससे आगे निकलते हुए इंडोनेशिया स्थित बोगोर और ऑस्ट्रेलिया स्थित यत्रगा ग्राउंड स्टेशन की मदद से ट्रैकिंग की जाएगी।
The downrange tracking stations of Port Blair, Bogor, and Yataraga will be participating for tracking the rocket, apart from the Shar tracking station closer to the liftoff.
अब हम उड़ान से 1 मिनट की दूरी पर हैं।
Stand by for the timer.
1 minute.
T-minus 1 minute.
Here we go, guys. Here we
दर्शकों
go.
की जानकारी के लिए बता दें,
-55 seconds.
T-8 सेकेंड्स पर क्रायो स्टेज यान से अलग होंगे और T0 पर S200 बूस्टर्स प्रथम चरण का प्रज्वलन शुरू होगा।
We are 40 seconds away from T0. The viewers may watch out for the swing out of the cryo arms and the acoustic suppression system starts its operation.
Real-time programs activated. VSPP open. -25 seconds. -20 seconds.
Let me see.
-15 seconds.
Brett, can you do that? Can you hide us? I'm not
10,
sure.
No, I can't. I don't have permission.
8, 7.
How do I give you permission?
5.
Hold on,
4,
I think it's too late.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Both S200 motors ignited.
LGM-3M6 Bluebird Block 2 mission, a majestic liftoff. The rocket is beautifully searing through the bright Sriharikota sky.
And we have liftoff.
Here we go.
LVM-3 M6 रॉकेट का सफलतापूर्ण उत्थापन द्वितीय प्रमोशन मंच से और अपनी उद्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर बढ़ चला है। LVM-3 M6 रॉकेट दोनों ठोस नोदक वाले S200 बूस्टर्स प्रज्वलित हैं। प्रथम चरण का कार्यकाल लगभग 126 सेकंड का होगा और इस दौरान यह लगभग 6000 किलो न्यूटन प्रणुद उत्पन्न कर रहे हैं।
Very thrilling vibration at the launch base due to the thrusting of twin S200 motors.
+1 minute.
बहुत ही साफ नजारा देखने को मिल रहा है। यहाँ उपस्थित लोगों को बहुत ही रोमांच का अनुभव हो रहा होगा। बहुत दूर तक हम इस यान को देख पा रहे हैं और मुमकिन है कि प्रथम चरण का प्रतिगन भी देख सकेंगे।
Each S200 motors generates 5,952 kilonewtons. Burn duration for present mission is 132.5 seconds.
Cruising right along.
Yep. Still about 14 minutes.
यान अपने उद्दिष्ट दिशा का निर्धारण करते हुए अपने मिशन को पूरा करने के लिए अग्रसर है।
We are 111 seconds into the flight.
यहाँ इसकी पुष्टि हो चुकी है। द्वितीय चरण का प्रज्वलन शुरू हो चुका है, जो कि L110 चरण है। इसका प्रज्वलन शुरू हो चुका है। अब दोनों स्टेप ऑन बूस्टर्स और L110
परफॉर्मेंस नॉर्मल
चरण एक साथ प्रज्वलित हैं।
The L110 stage and the two S200 boosters.
both S200 motors separated.
All right, there they went.
Just now we have
bad
had a
boys.
confirmation of the separation of the two S200 boosters.
रेंज ऑपरेशन निदेशक द्वारा इसकी पुष्टि की गई। दोनों S200 बूस्टर को यान से पृथक कर दिया गया है। इसमें लगे जेटिसनिंग मोटर की मदद से उसे यान से सफलतापूर्वक और सुरक्षापूर्वक पृथक कर दिया जाता है।
We are 160 seconds into the flight. Current altitude 104 kilometers.
वर्तमान में L110 यानी द्वितीय चरण प्रज्वलित है।
Let me see
Payload
that
fairing
chart.
separated. Plus 3 minutes. Closed
यान
loop
से
guidance initiated.
यान से ऊष्मा कवच को पृथक कर दिया गया है। अब यान 123 किलोमीटर की ऊंचाई पर प्राप्त कर चुका है और वर्तमान में यान क्लोज लूप गाइडेंस के अंतर्गत स्वतः दिशा निर्धारण कर रहा है।
The closed loop guidance has been initiated for LVM-3 launch vehicle. Hereafter, the rocket will use real-time data from onboard sensors to continuously correct its flight path. The payload fairing has been already jettisoned as the rocket has cleared the dense atmosphere.
तरल नोदक पर आधारित यह चरण दो उच्च प्रणोद वाले विकास इंजन की मदद से कुल 1600 किलो न्यूटन का प्रणोद उत्पन्न करते हैं। इंजन की अधिकतम प्रभावी क्षमता प्राप्त करने के लिए ईंधन और ऑक्सीडाइजर का खास अनुपात मिलाकर यह प्राप्त किया जाता है। इस चरण का प्रज्वलन का लगभग 200 सेकंड का होगा। इस चरण में यान में लगे एक्सेलेरोमीटर और जायरोस की मदद से इंजन जिम्बल किया जाता है और यह क्लोज लूप गाइडेंस के अंतर्गत अपनी दिशा निर्धारण करता है।
First stage performance normal.
The second stage, L110, is continuing its operation. The two Vikas engines together generating 1600 kilonewton thrust. The tracking station at Shah Sriharikota continues to track.
जी हाँ, यान पूर्णतः सामान्य निष्पादन करता हुआ अपेक्षित पथ का अनुकरण करता हुआ उद्दिष्ट मिशन की ओर बढ़ रहा है।
First stage authorization issued.
तृतीय चरण यानी क्रायो स्टेज चरण को अनुमोदित कर दिया गया है।
Shah and Port Blair ground stations continue to acquire data.
L110 stays separated. Cryo stage ignition command. Cryo stage ignition confirmed.
यहाँ सभी वैज्ञानिकों के लिए ये एक हर्ष का पल होता है। रेंज निदेशक द्वारा भी इसकी पुष्टि की गई। द्वितीय चरण को सफलतापूर्वक बनकर यान से पृथक कर दिया गया है तथा अंतिम चरण तृतीय चरण प्रज्वलन शुरू हो चुका है।
Now the third stage of LVM-3 rocket, the cryogenic stage, has commenced its operation.
Cryo stage performance normal.
It is thrusting nominally with 28.6 tons of cumulative propellant loading of liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen.
Opens up.
The engine develops 200 kilonewtons thrust.
Yeah, Doug, if you look in the comments, I added some information about why you see all these people in India.
Ah, cool.
LVM-3 रॉकेट के ऊपरी चरण जो कि क्रायोजेनिक अपर स्टेज कहलाता है, क्योंकि इसमें क्रायो ईंधन लिक्विड हाइड्रोजन तथा लिक्विड ऑक्सीजन का प्रयोग होता है। यह इंजन गैस टरबाइन की मदद से लगभग 200 किलो न्यूटन का सामान्य प्रणोद उत्पन्न करता है। इस चरण का कार्यकाल 648 सेकंड का होगा। इस चरण का व्यास 4 मीटर तथा ऊंचाई 13.5 मीटर की होती है। इस चरण में दिशा निर्धारण के लिए इंजन जिम्बल कंट्रोल और रिएक्शन कंट्रोल सिस्टम्स का प्रयोग किया जाता है। इस चरण में कुल 28.6 टन क्रायो ईंधन का भराव हुआ है और यह अपनी उद्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर अग्रसर है। क्रायो चरण सबसे जटिल इंजन माना जाता है क्योंकि क्रायो ईंधन जैसे लिक्विड ऑक्सीजन जिसका कि बॉइलिंग पॉइंट -253 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड और लिक्विड ऑक्सीजन का बॉइलिंग पॉइंट -183 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड होता है। इस तापमान में ईंधन को तरल बनाए रखना और इनका कार्यान्वयन करना सबसे जटिल कार्य होता है, लेकिन भारत अब इसमें पूर्णतः स्वायत्ता प्राप्त कर चुका है। इस चरण को इसरो नोदक
Yeah, I think I
कॉम्प्लेक्स
saw a post where
महेंद्रगिरी में
Elon's sitting
तैयार
with
तथा
Archimedes. They're
परीक्षित
watching
किया
it
गया है।
together, right?
I
The
can see him.
cryogenic
He
stage
usually watches the
C-25
space
is
stuff.
powered by CE-20
Stock's going
engine
up, huh?
using liquid hydrogen and
I
liquid
believe it.
oxygen. It delivers 200 kilonewton thrust and adds significant delta V of 3.89 kilometers per second by the end of its operation for the present mission. The stage operates on gas generator cycle. It works by burning a small fraction of propellant in a side chamber to power turbopumps, while the majority of propellant goes into the main chamber for thrust. It's a highly reliable cryogenic engine operating principle. For the present mission, upper stage operates for 12 minutes and 20 seconds.
वर्तमान में पोर्ट ब्लेयर स्थित रडार स्टेशन हम तक आंकड़े उपलब्ध करा रहे हैं, जिससे हमें यह जानकारी मिल रही है कि यान पूरी तरह सुरक्षित और सामान्य प्रदर्शन कर रहा है और अपने उद्दिष्ट पथ की ओर अग्रसर है। LVM-3 M6 के समर्पित वाणिज्यिक मिशन में यह उपग्रह ब्लू बर्ड ब्लॉक 2 जो कि अब तक का सबसे भारी संचार उपग्रह माना जा रहा है, यह लगभग 6100 किलोग्राम भारी है। यह उपग्रह निम्न पृथ्वी कक्षा में सीधे मोबाइल तक ब्रॉडबैंड कवरेज प्रदान करने में सक्षम है, जो वैश्विक रूप से दूरस्थ, ग्रामीण, समुद्री और असेवित क्षेत्रों के लिए लक्षित है। अंतरिक्ष प्रौद्योगिकी और मोबाइल की दुनिया में क्रांतिक तकनीक का प्रदर्शन करने वाला यह उपग्रह इसे संयुक्त राज्य अमेरिका के AST SpaceMobile ने तैयार किया है। यह उपग्रहों का नक्षत्र तैयार करने जा रहे हैं, जिसकी मदद से मौजूदा स्मार्टफोन में किसी भी समय और दूरस्थ क्षेत्रों में भी इंटरनेट सेवाएं उपलब्ध करा सकेंगे। इस तकनीक के लिए इसमें सबसे बड़े व्यावसायिक फेज्ड एरे एंटीना तैनात किए गए हैं, जो विस्तृत होकर लगभग 2400 वर्ग फुट तक फैल जाएंगे। इसमें संवर्धन पूर्ववर्ती ब्लूबर्ड उपग्रहों की तुलना में 10 गुना अधिक डेटा प्रसारण की क्षमता बनाई गई है। यह 4G तथा 5G जैसी सुविधाओं को सीधे अंतरिक्ष से मोबाइल तक पहुंचाने में सक्षम होंगे और वर्तमान में यह ब्लूबर्ड ब्लॉक 2 एक बड़े नक्षत्र के बेड़े में शामिल होने जा रहा है।
The Bluebird Block 2 communication satellite developed by AST SpaceMobile of USA is the heaviest payload the LVM-3 rocket has so far carried.
You were saying
the satellite
that
is a part of the next generation of Bluebird communication satellites designed to provide space-based cellular broadband connectivity directly to standard mobile smartphones.
Cryo stage performance normal.
This constellation of satellites will enable 4G and 5G voice and video calls, texts, streaming, and data for everyone, everywhere, at all times.
4%. Wow. That's
it
vertical
features
up.
a 223 square meter phased array, making it the largest commercial communication satellite ever deployed in low Earth orbit.
4.5. You think the whole space sector will be up, Ben? I do. What do you think?
Yeah, it's going to get pulled.
The launch window for this launch is razor thin. The target orbit requires exact phasing, and there's a need to ensure global coverage. One of the important global orbital parameters is the right extension of ascending node, or RAN.
That party.
It is the angle measured eastward from the vernal equinox to the point where a satellite crosses the equator.
Is it Christmas Eve over in India? It might be.
It defines the orientation of the orbital plane in space. Two satellites with the same inclination and attitude but different RAN are in different orbital planes.
Not necessarily he'd only play AST.
By combining RAN spacing or the plane distribution and phasing by way of satellite spacing, constellations achieve near global coverage. To insert satellites into specific RAN slots, Launches must occur at precise times when the launch site aligns with the designed
And that
orbital
thing
plane.
that shall come off soon.
This mission is being undertaken as a part of commercial agreement between NSIL and AST and Science LLC, a US-based company.
तृतीय और अंतिम चरण का प्रज्वलन जारी है। LVM-3 M6 अपने मिशन की ओर अग्रसर। LVM-3 प्रमोचक यान नए यानों की श्रेणी में 5वीं पीढ़ी का प्रमोचक यान है, जिसकी क्षमता 10,000 किलोग्राम वाले उपग्रह को निम्न भूकक्षा में ले जाने की है। LVM-3 के पिछले मिशनों में भारत का गौरव बढ़ाने वाले चंद्रयान-2, चंद्रयान-3, संचार उपग्रह CMS-03 और वाणिज्यिक मिशन में OneWeb India 1, OneWeb India 2 मिशन का सफलतापूर्वक हमने देखा।
13 minutes.
Okay, we're going to say goodnight and wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
Have a Merry Christmas over there. Hope Santa Claus brings you everything that you
मिशन को
want.
पूरा करने LVM-3 रॉकेट इस बार भी सज्ज है
Have a good
LVM-3
one.
M6 ब्लूबर्ड ब्लॉक 2 मिशन को पूरा करने के लिए।
Yeah, it's already Christmas Eve over there. They're getting ready for Santa.
अब हम उड़ान से 815 सेकंड की दूरी पर आ चुके हैं। वर्तमान में यान की ऊंचाई 526 किलोमीटर तथा सापेक्ष गति 6.17 किलोमीटर प्रति सेकंड है।
Cryo stage performance normal. Plus 14 minutes.
We are 14 minutes past the launch time. The cryogenic stage presently thrusting. The trajectory of the rocket precisely following the prediction.
That thing just cruising.
तृतीय चरण
Yeah,
पूर्णतः
almost, but
सामान्य।
not yet. Should be coming up here in the next couple of minutes. Where the satellite's
अपने
about to
अपेक्षित
release.
पथ का अनुकरण करते हुए उद्दिष्ट पथ की ओर जा रहा है और कुछ ही क्षणों में हम देखेंगे कि तृतीय चरण को कक्षा की स्थितियां प्राप्त होने पर स्वतः बंद कर दिया जाएगा।
No, that's like the last part. It still has to break that outer shell. Ben,
हमारे
so
ब्लूबर्ड
I think that's about to happen, right?
उपग्रह
Right?
को
Seems
कक्षा
like
में
that's
स्थापित
about
किया
the time
जाएगा।
right now.
Yeah, it's
A
about
relative
half.
velocity of
And that when it got
7.07
out of the
kilometers per
atmosphere,
second
and
has
then
been acquired
breaks
so
the shell,
far.
and then it takes it up and then releases
Cryo
the
stage
payload.
performance normal.
Yeah, it should be any second now.
Yeah,
The cryo stage
let's see.
is expected to perform till,
Cryo stage shut off.
and here we have a confirmation of the
Satellite
shut-off of
injection conditions
Right.
achieved.
Back
the
half.
shut-off of cryo stage and eager awaiting for the satellite deployment.
Bluebird Block 2 satellite separated.
There it goes.
LVM-3 M6 Bluebird Block 2 mission successfully
Here we
accomplished.
go. Here we
Handing over to
go.
mission
And that's
director.
the part that just keeps
अभी
cruising,
अभी रेंज निदेशक को आपने सुना।
Bluebird Block 2
separating.
successfully
This is
ejected
where
into the
ASTS should
specified
start
orbit.
flying.
LVM-3 M6 mission is successfully accomplished.
Fully
सभी के लिए
accomplished.
हर्ष और उत्साह का
accomplished.
पल यहाँ पर,
All right, they did
जिसमें
their part. Now let's
Congratulations,
see
इस मिशन
everybody.
में ब्लूबर्ड ब्लॉक 2 उपग्रह को
Yeah,
सफलतापूर्वक
now.
उद्देश्य कक्षा में
Over
स्थापित
here.
कर दिया गया है।
We have had a successful mission of LVM-3 M6 Bluebird Block 2 mission. Congratulations to Team ISRO, Team NSIL, and the customers AST
He's coming
SpaceMobile.
fast.
Do stay connected for the address by
There you
Secretary
go,
DOS,
everybody.
Chairman ISRO,
That was
Dr.
fun.
V. Narayanan,
Yeah, it
and
was.
senior
That was definitely
executives.
cool to watch.
We sign off from the commentary box. Namaskar.
जी हम आपसे आगे लेते हैं सभी दर्शकों।
We have just witnessed the launch of our Bluebird 6 satellite. What an incredible moment. Things are moving fast for AST SpaceMobile, so be sure to follow us on social media for all updates and to see how Bluebird 6 integrates in our
almost 91,
constellation.
guys.
Thanks again for joining us. We hope to see you at the next launch.
Oh, we'll be there. Don't be worried. Awesome. Well, that was a lot of fun, everybody. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in and hanging out. Make sure you subscribe. And that was a lot of good stuff right there. Watching a rocket launch up into space, and then they're going to let the satellite out. So, sure, it's going to get fried tomorrow. I would say so on ASTS. That's for sure. Luis Rodriguez said Path is up in the after hours on news. It will join the S&P Midcap 400. So, that Path is looking pretty good right there, I must say. And there you go. Yeah, how interesting is that? It's Christmas Eve where Laptop Travel is on the other side of the world. Is it Christmas Eve in India? I have no idea, to be honest with you.
Coming up 91.50, up 92 we just hit.
What?
Yeah, this thing is flying in overnight right now. It's up 6%.
There you go.
We'll see mid-90s tomorrow, probably open
up.
Oh,
yeah, definitely. What's the rest of them look like right now, Rhett? Just look at like Lunar, Redwire,
let's
and
check it out. Let me look. Lunar, and then nope, Lunar's doing nothing. And after RDW is up a little, up 2%, 2.5% in the overnight market. Oh, it just shot up almost 3%. So we are getting a little bit of a play here on that. What's the other one? C Space, no, nothing. So not really, just ASTS. Okay. Just like Ben's saying, that'll probably be the main focus there. Yeah. That's what my attention's going to be, is tuning in just to see how this plays out tomorrow. But I definitely think in the near term, we will probably see that 100+ again, like we saw a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's about to get spiking up. That's for sure. After that, that was a great little presentation right there, and yeah, good stuff, I must say. So. Thanks for helping out there, Rhett. Greatly appreciate it. That's for sure. And Ben hanging out and Laptop Travel hopping on and getting ready for Santa Claus over there and all that good stuff. So yeah, it's 9 a.m. December 24th in India right now. So they're Christmas Eve as well. So there you go. They're a little bit ahead of us. A lot ahead of us, we'll say, in 12 hours. So there you go. And yeah, anybody new that's just tuning in, greatly appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe. And we do this show every night. We do a stock show every night on Sunday night through Thursday night at 8 p.m. We start at 8:30 tonight just so we could stretch it out. But we probably could have started at 8. It would have been no problem. Obviously, I was just talking there and having a good old time. But yeah, and then we do a pre-market show every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. So you can tune in at night, in the morning. And then we do a Discord story trading. You got to check that out. We have the 20% reoccurring promo up there, New Year for the 1 month, and 15% for the 3, 6, and 1 year one. And what was that, Rhett? 2026 was the promo.
2026 is the promo code.
So yeah, check it out. Any questions? Like I say, feel free to shoot me a DM on X. I respond to everybody, but we do a lot of live trading in there with Ben. We have morning notes, night notes, all kinds of great information, and it is a great resource and very valuable. A lot of great people in there too that are great traders like Joseph and so many other people. People just smashing the market for well over 1,000% already this year. The public accounts up over $1 million, up over 700% for the year. So we definitely have fun in the Discord, and we do a lot of live trading, like I said, every morning. Ben's on, I hop on with them. We go through the market. Rhett's always there too. And then we hop on in the afternoon and give you that and earnings and everything else. So it's very, very action-packed. And so, yeah, check that out. And like I said, you can take advantage of the promo code New Year's for the next week or two. So there you go with that. And thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. Follow along, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like the show on your way out. Thanks a lot, Rhett and Laptop Travel, Ben, everybody else hanging out, Luis Rodriguez, and all of you guys, Laptop Travel, and the whole crew, Doge Mama 9. So thank you, everybody. We'll be back at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning to do our pre-market show on Christmas Eve. It's a short day. Tomorrow market closes at 1, closed on Thursday for Christmas. And then Friday, we'll be right back at it on a full day. It could be a little slow Friday, but we'll definitely be checking it out because we're going to be doing our January effect calls and getting into them. So there you go. Rhett, you have anything else for us this evening that you want to close us out with?
No, that's it. I mean, enjoy time with the family, guys, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Remember, it's a short week, short day tomorrow, like Dougie said, and we'll be back to it. And we'll see you guys on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, and everybody wish Rhett a congratulations. He recently got engaged there. So
Thank you, Dougie. I appreciate
got
it.
to meet your fiance. Very nice, and you are a great couple. I can say that. And so yeah, that was really cool to get to meet you guys and see that all happen. So very cool. And there you go. So yeah, you Christmas as an engaged couple this year. How's that,
Yeah,
right? That's
it
pretty
feels
wild.
amazing.
Do you have a wedding date picked out? I was meant to ask you.
No, not yet. We're still trying to get that all situated, trying to plan all that. So,
oh, it's a lot of planning. Trust me.
oh
And
yeah,
a lot of money and a lot of planning. That's for sure. So that's the joy in life right there. So
yeah, it is. I look forward to it. I'm very excited, very blessed.
And yeah, thanks, Doge Mama 9. She said that was awesome. Thanks for sharing. No, thanks for everybody hanging out and tuning in. So yeah, if you ever wanted some education and entertainment about the market, you know where to come every night and every morning. And like I said, our Discord's amazing. So we'll leave you with that. Have a great night, everybody. And it is Christmas Eve. Go hide your elf and everything else and wrap the rest of your gifts. And we'll see you guys tomorrow morning on the live show and in the Discord. So have a good night, everybody. Thanks again, Rhett, and everybody else. Appreciate all of your help. And we'll see you guys in the morning.
Of course. See you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.
Have a good night.